Hey everyone, how are y'all? Lieberman, how are you tonight? Y'all don't forget to put your chat on live chat. Hit the thumbs up on your way in if you have not done so. Give me just 1 second because I'm trying to plug something up over here. Okay. Just on, how are you? Just on, I gotta get used to going live this early. Hey Linda G, how are you? Crom Sleuthen, how are you tonight? Crom Sleuthen, I'm doing alright. I'm just tired a little bit, but other than that, I'm good. Let's see, Nightbot is not wanting to do his job tonight. I think I'm gonna fire Nightbot, y'all. For real. Dan Davis, I'm so glad that you're able to come join us again tonight. Hey, Boo Berry, how are you? All right, email's at the top of the chat if y'all need it. Yeah, there was all kinds of crazy stuff going on social media today. Hey, Scott, how are you? We got Sarah Boone's a seventh attorney wanting to withdraw from her case. Judge puts out an order. And then the defense comes in for Bryan and files another motion. All kind of good stuff. Gigi, I'm good. How about yourself? Michelle, at this point, she might as well just represent herself. Honestly. Betty Joe, how are you?
Good.
You're still sick, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah, me too. This
Aw.
sucks.
I know. It seems like everybody's getting it. Like, just all of a sudden. Hey, Big Al, how are you? It's just like everybody's getting it all at once. And then they've got like the stomach bug going around. It's just
Yeah.
horrible.
This is crazy.
I'm hooked on the Don F. I've been wanting to catch up on that trial and I just haven't had time. But I've heard that it's craziness. And I think didn't they do like their closing arguments or something today on the Crumberly trial? Hey KK.
Think so.
I thought I saw that somewhere that they did it today.
I don't know, but Sarah Boone is crazy.
Oh, that her attorney's reasonings is irreconcilable differences.
She might as well just represent herself.
I mean, she should, honestly.
That no lawyer is going to be good enough for her.
No, because they're not saying what she wants them to say.
Exactly.
That's what it is. So, because they're not saying what she wants them to say, then, she's like calling them names and
Yep.
everything else.
Yep.
Sally Mae, how are you? Hey, Kelly M, how are you? Who else? Okay, so closing arguments. Jury comes back Monday a.m. for instructions. Her case, or her trial went like super quick. KK, how are you? What the heck are y'all? Oh, Summer, how are you? Blueberry. This attorney here is her seventh one, and her trial starts May the 13th.
Yeah, she's doing this to. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know.
yeah. She's doing it to push it back, but using the excuse that she doesn't have, like, she doesn't get to speak with her attorneys. Um, it's just, I don't know, it's just craziness. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna want to work with her, so she might as well just pull a Daryl Brooks and just rep herself. I mean, hey D, how are you? Didn't the judge say that that would be her last attorney that would they would appoint? Seems,
Um.
ain't that what he said, Betty Joe? It seems like that's what I had heard
I
whenever
think
the
he
sixth
did.
one.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he told her this is the last attorney, and you have to learn to work with them.
Well, he may end up denying this motion in because this one here wants out too. Hey, musical,
It's crazy because every attorney she gets, she
something's
says,
wrong with them.
yeah,
Yeah,
she can't talk to him. She can't do this.
right.
Anybody think that it might be her that is the problem?
The attorney, when he got her, he was appointed to her. He probably just like held his head down and shook his head and was like, "Oh shit, what am I getting myself into?"
Yep.
Honestly, but I do have the um, the thing here. Let me get it pulled up. Damn it! I click on invite every single time. Jeez. Okay. And I know it's small, but if I zoom in anymore, because it is a screenshot, it's going to get more blurry than what it is. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more where I can still read it. Okay, so this is the state of Florida versus Sarah Boone in the motion to withdraw, motion for reassignment of court appointed case. So comes now Winston E. Hobson, the undersigned court appointed attorney, and files this motion for withdrawal and reassignment and states that the counsel was duly appointed and filed his notice of appearance and demand for discovery. The accused is charged in the above style cause with second degree murder in violation of the Florida Statute 782.042. Counsel has met with the accused at the jail and in video visits and has continued the work begun by prior attorneys in this matter, and also has consulted with experts to appropriately position the case in the best interest of the accused, given the facts and the allegations in the accusations. I mean, the girl's she's guilty. There's
She's
hey Max,
bonkers.
yeah, she's guilty. She's bonkers. She might as well just represent herself. Tech Death, how are you? Tech Death, yes, I'm gonna try to start going live at 9 o'clock uh, for a while and to see how it works out. If for some reason it does not work out, then I will go back to like my original 10:30 time slot. Okay, so number three says irreconcilable differences, including but not limited to ethical considerations, have arisen in the case between the defendant and counsel, and it is in the best interest of the defendant that counsel be allowed to withdraw and the case reassigned to another counsel in his stead. Wherefore, counsel moves this honorable court to grant this motion and enter an order accordingly, especially as to appointing counsel given the needs of the case, the age of the case, and the stage of the case. And then it was signed by the attorney Winston E. Hobson. Like,
It's been going on for too long.
I mean, enough is enough at this point.
Yeah, it's been going on for too long.
Right. And Dee, that is true. Dee says she took a video of her doing it. This doesn't seem like a hard case. It's pretty much an open and shut case.
And what I want to know is, I get it. Okay, I guess there's times when the lawyer does come in and see you
Mm-hmm.
because he does have other clients.
Right.
So she's got to work with that. If he's got other clients he has to go see and he only can spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes with her, she should have everything that she wants to say to him to get it out so he can move on to his next client to help them too.
Right. I mean,
Not,
it's just, it almost seems like she wants all the attention for herself.
yeah.
And that's it. And not understanding that, yes, he does have other clients that, he has to talk to and represent and court dates and all this and that. Let's see. If she loses, it will be grounds for a mistrial.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it very highly because she's been through how many lawyers?
This is her seventh one right here. Her seventh
She,
attorney. And she's been in jail, how long now? 4 or 5 years?
it happened in when? 2000 and,
Oh, shit. Where's my notes?
was it 2020 or 19
I've
or
got
21?
notes on her case that I had to take.
I can't remember the year that she did it.
Because to begin with, I didn't follow her case. And then,
Because she's a wackadoodle.
yeah, I've seen the video. It must be in another other shit. Let me just Google it. Seems like Google has been my friend today, y'all. For real. Let's see. I'm just gonna see when she got arrested. Hey AR, how are you? So she was arrested February 25th of 2020. So she's going on 4 years being in jail.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 4 years, seven. Hey, Michael, how are you? Her seventh attorney that is now, has all the attorneys wanted to quit? Because I don't know anything about like the first few. I just remember something was up with the sixth one, and then she got this one.
I don't know.
This is just crazy. I don't know.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, so Dee said yes. So they all did not want to work with her.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Look how she acts.
Kate braces and nighttime is a charm. I mean, honestly, like her trial is coming up May 13th. That's 3 months from now.
She might want to represent herself since she knows so much.
Yeah, because at this point, that's she's not happy with these attorneys, and she's making them miserable to the point that they're wanting to leave and not represent her. Yeah. She should know her own case. I mean, she committed the crime. She kind of told on herself. She videoed it.
Yep.
She taunted this guy when he was zipped up in the suitcase. Nobody knows her case better than her, honestly. So she might as well just try to handle it herself because, she seems like she's the only one that could possibly make her own self happy.
At this point, yeah.
So Dee says it's pretty sad because this attorney thought that he would be able to work with her and not have any problems, yet here we are again for the seventh time. And this one she hasn't had very long. It's just, and somebody said it in chat just a second ago, she seems very entitled. Like, hers is, hey, K-Bird, she's the only client that these attorneys have, and it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, she's the only one in the world that has a court case. That's what she thinks, but it's
Right. And that is true. Vapor says she doesn't want a lawyer that says that she's guilty. So help me help you. We need a plea and hope for the best.
But
I
it,
mean,
I mean, you got a video showing
right. So
what you're
she's,
doing,
yeah,
so you're guilty.
yeah. I mean, in no attorney, they're probably trying to figure out a way to represent her once this goes to trial, and she's not
Yeah, she's
liking the
not
way
hearing
that
it.
they're wanting to do it.
Right.
Uh,
They probably want to offer her a deal,
hey, King
and
Scarlet.
she doesn't want to take that deal
Right.
because in her eyes, she's not guilty.
Yeah. And Crom Sleuth, and if she has a cellmate, I feel sorry for the cellmate,
Oh, I do too.
honestly, because they probably have to hear about her issues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uh, does anybody know how many husbands she had?
No.
Like, was it as many husbands as it was attorneys?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, so paper said 87. Uh, wait, King Scarlet. Oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. I see it now. What was I about to ask? Has she ever had a female attorney,
I
or have they all been males? Because it seems like she does not get along with the male population.
don't know.
The ugly truckling, how are you? Maybe, maybe she
Maybe they
needs.
need to give her a female.
Yeah, if she hasn't had a female attorney, maybe that's what they need to give her, and maybe
I
she's
mean,
trying to work her magic um, with these male attorneys, and they're not.
they're not falling for it.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a Lori Vallow type thing, and they're
Yep.
not going for it. And so, okay, King Scarlet.
And then if she gets a female one, the female one probably want to slap her.
True. But maybe she'll do better with a female attorney.
It's a
And she's
possibility.
only had one husband. I understand why she's only had one husband.
We
I
all
mean,
understand.
I need to get like super caught up on this case because, like, was there any type of psyche valves done on her?
I think the court has. That's why it's been pushed back so many times. Because I think the first time they had a psych eval done on her,
Uh huh.
and I don't know if it came back that she couldn't stand trial, and then she had another one and she could stand trial. I don't know.
Okay. See, like I said, I didn't follow it. Okay, so D said, yeah, there has. Um, I didn't follow it in the very beginning. I kind of called it. I think maybe the fifth attorney that she had is kind of when she went from fifth to the sixth one, and it's a shame, y'all, that I have to remember when I come into a case by the number of attorneys that the client had. But I do remember when she went from the fifth to the sixth one, and I started kind of getting notes, from it then, and just haven't really dug into it. Did you see my last comment on one of her attorneys? No, D. Let me go back up. I missed it. Hold on, just a second. Okay. Okay, so she has an attorney who was getting experts to testify in DV and mental abuse, and that attorney was so frustrated because he was actually trying really hard to help her defend herself. She's crazy. Okay, let me go up a little bit further and make sure. Okay, very untitled. Her ex-husband has said that.
She might. He might say that, but she acts like she's titled.
I wonder if they're going to have the ex-husband to come in and testify on her mental state.
I don't know.
The ugly
I mean,
chuckling.
she did call him over there that day.
Oh, so he more than likely
Will
will
probably be a
be.
witness. But
Yes.
I don't know if it's for the state or for the for the defense.
Yeah, it like you said, the ex will have to testify. That's going to be an interesting testimony to what he has to say about her and her mental state. And, you know,
She
was
gonna have a
she,
breakdown.
like, was she,
How's that on?
when she was married to him, was she like that the way she is now? Oh, that's going to be super interesting, y'all. Like, May needs to hurry up and get here. Stoned, how are you? Well, damn, if we ain't going to get a Kohberger trial this year, hopefully we'll get a Boone one.
Maybe.
Uh, See, Big Al, I read it before. I actually read it out loud. And yes, that is challenge accepted. Stoned, I'm doing good. There was another. Somebody said something about Letitia and her. Where did that comment go? Damn it. Who said something about Letitia just a second ago? Man, I done missed the comment. Gerald Brooks could be her lawyer. He would argue not guilty because she didn't use a box. Oh my God. Y'all, could you see Daryl Brooks as her attorney? Honestly.
Oh, Lord. He couldn't even be his own attorney.
Oh, she and Letitia Stouch are probably pen pals.
Possibility.
Yeah. Her, Shabusiness, Letitia, Lori. Am I missing one?
They should all be put on an island together.
All locked up in the same cell.
And let them go at it.
Yes. Yes. That would be, oh my God. Yeah. And put a camera up in there that
Catches
videos, yes, 24 hours a day. Not like, nothing personal, just just them together, and just pay-per-view it. Cuckoo Island, perfect name. I mean, the money that someone could make, because y'all know we would all be tuned into it. We would all pay for that.
Oh, yeah.
That would be money well spent. I don't need to see those two throwing shit at each other. But it would be good TV though. Like, that is reality TV at its best. Yeah, do you want to come up? Hold on, let me grab the link. I mean, Lori would just throw her portal up and portal her way out of there. She'd go visit Chad for a while. Hey, Meta Mom, how are you?
Now I'm sweating to death. First I was freezing, now I'm sweating.
Do you have a fever?
Yeah.
It's probably your fever's breaking. That's why you're sweating it off now. But that's a good thing.
It's a good thing if it just goes away. It never comes back.
Well, at least your voice doesn't sound as bad, though, as what Avery's does.
No, yesterday I couldn't even talk, so.
Oh, well, Avery, though, God, she came up last night, and she still sounds bad.
Yeah.
If the prison system would actually let that happen, they could make lots of money. They could. I mean, just think of the money it would bring in if you had, but it would have to be those specific inmates.
Yeah.
Boone, Letitia, Shabusiness, and Lori.
Yep. That's where you make your money.
Yeah,
But all
because
them
awful.
in the cell together.
Because they're all, you got two that have been convicted of unaliving kids,
Yep.
and then you got the other two that, I mean, they've all four unalived somebody. Hey, Lady B, how are you?
Pretty much.
But two were kids, two adults. I mean, and they're all crazy. What more could you ask for? Okay, good lord. Now we're talking about limbo and up in the chat. Hold on, I gotta answer something back.
It's this weather that's causing it too. Because here it's been like in the 60s, in the 70s, and
Uh-huh.
then a couple of days it was cold, and then it went back up in the 70s.
Yeah, because today it was in the 70s. It's
Yeah, and
kind of like desert weather, what we're having. It's warm and
yeah,
nice during the day, and then it's like in the 30s and 40s
yep.
at night. No, D, that's a new thing that they've done. Everybody gets them now.
Okay, Maggie, stop.
Okay, I was trying to answer something back real quick. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Wait, suitcase relays down the beach? How would that work?
What is it?
Vapor said something about suitcase relays down the beach. I mean, that could be a fun activity for them to do while they're stuck on their island.
They'll get the wreck time.
People can place bets on who the winner would be. I mean, I can very easily see Letitia pulling somebody's eyes out, or I mean, hair out, and Shabusiness gouging eyes out to be the
Yeah,
winner.
yeah.
Lori just portals her way from start to finish. Sweet Melissa, how are you? I don't know. It's crazy how, like I said earlier, her case is pretty open and shut. The evidence was on her phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Does she expect to get out of this? I wonder if that's what she expects. Like she expects her attorney to get her out of this. And
that's
there's I mean, how are they going to do that? An attorney can't go up there with the evidence that the state would have and say my client is innocent. Like he's
right.
got to go at it at a different approach, and I think that's what she's probably not liking.
I mean, she's charged with what? Second degree?
Uh, shit. Hold on. I've got an article here that has her. It's second degree murder. I thought there was something else. Oh, and she got a new judge too. That's what it says in this article. Where's her charges at?
Oh Lord, this woman.
Oh no, maybe this isn't what the charges was on.
I believe she was charged with second degree.
I know it's second degree, but I could have swore there was something else that was in it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is.
Okay, so she's charged with second degree murder in the death of her boyfriend Jorge, who died after being locked inside of a suitcase during a game of hide and seek. I still don't know what adults play hide and seek. Yeah, I guess to each their own. Boone and Torres, who were drinking wine and playing hide and seek when Torres climbed into the suitcase. Okay, she jokingly zipped him up. I could have swore there was something else though that I saw earlier when I
I
was
think
looking at her
abuse,
stuff. That might have been what it was.
because she kicked the suitcase down the steps or something.
Like she's just easy.
Yeah, I think it was second degree and abuse.
It might be. I know that there's something else, and you're right. I think it is. It is some sort of abuse charge. But
I mean,
everything
she's
that I'm looking up, it keeps saying just second degree. It doesn't have the other, but I know that I saw it earlier, and I didn't keep that article because I have the court TV article that had just came out.
yeah.
Oh shit! Probably abuse of a corpse. I think Betty Joe is right, Kbart. I think it is an abuse charge. I just can't remember the exact wording on it. Hey, Lady V, how are you? Lady V, can you hear us? No, she couldn't hear us. Oh, okay. So September, Frank Bankowitz wanted to leave Sarah Boone's case. So that would have been the sixth attorney, right?
I think so.
Shit, I
Hello.
gotta. Can you hear us okay now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, I'm
You're
trying
talking
to.
about Sarah Boone?
Yes, because you know her attorney, her
Oh, yeah.
seventh one. He's filed a motion to withdraw,
I've been waiting for that.
We all
and
have.
so, like I said, at this point, she might as well just represent herself.
No kid. Yeah.
She might as well
Honestly,
Oh
throw in the
Lord,
towel.
it's gonna be worse than Daryl Brooks.
well, her trial starts May the 13th. So, is this another thing? Does she just do them so bad that she knows that they're going to eventually leave? So it just keeps pushing it back?
No, I think she's just that way.
You know,
I'll be your attorney.
but Betty Joe, we don't need you to end up behind bars.
No.
I'd hold her down and say, listen, you have to accept a plea deal because you're guilty with a video.
You're guilty as
But
sin.
you have to say that to her without your hands around her neck.
Well, yeah.
That's the hard part.
That might be the hard part.
Perhaps she has a cousin Vinny. Y'all, I've never seen that movie.
Have you? Oh my
So,
gosh, you
I
gotta
never
watch
have.
it.
So I guess maybe because I think it was mentioned last night too.
Yeah,
I guess I need to
did.
go watch it to
Yeah,
see
'cause
what
he's
you are
like-
talking about.
All the Utes. It's like, what's a Ute? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if it's on like Hulu or Netflix or something like that.
What movie?
My cousin Benny.
Yeah, Libra Moon, yes, it can. So before you take it, you need to eat. Apparently, she has control issues. Yeah,
Yeah, to say the least.
yeah. Y'all, hold on for just 1 minute. I'll be right back.
How are you doing, Betty Joe? Are you feeling better?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still coughing and stuff a little bit, but not too badly. I think my boss is getting sick now, though. This winter's been terrible.
Yes.
How's baby Joe?
She's good. She just got a runny nose.
Oh.
Okay.
But she don't have what I have or whatever I might have.
Wait, who did they give a muzzle to in court? KK said the muzzle they gave her in court says so, D. Who did they gave one to Sarah?
I gotta see that.
I've been missing all the good shit.
I missed that one. I want to see that really bad. Where'd she see it?
Oh, wait, they gave one to Shabusiness?
I don't remember Shabusiness having one. And
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't watch all of hers. I think I only kind of caught like clips here and there.
I'm trying to remember if I did catch it all or not at this point.
Yeah, Libra Moon, anytime you take it, you need to eat first.
What is she taking?
Some antibiotics.
Oh yeah, eat.
Yeah, eat
don't.
like a piece of toast or something.
Anything, just something on your stomach.
Yeah.
So okay, KK said it was a big white one. Damn, I need to go back and find that.
You know, I'm on Shabusiness.
Yeah, that's who she said got the muzzle.
Yeah, I think she's right on that one.
I think it was to protect her lawyer.
Oh God. Okay, y'all, that's it. I vote for a Shabusiness, Stouch, Vallow, Boone, prison on an island.
Oh yeah.
Let him go at it.
And just because she bit or spit on her lawyer, so they gave it to her.
Oh, that, and she also they had to take her down because she started beating the snot out of it. Yep, I got it right here. Do you want me to send it?
You got the picture of it?
I've got the clip of it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just send it to me on Discord.
Okay.
That way I can watch it later.
It's only like 2 minutes long.
Okay. See, I couldn't get in StreamYards for some weird thing, but remember she talked her attorney or tried to, so they did put one on her for the trial.
They did.
That is crazy.
After she said that, I was sitting here going, you know what? I think she's right. I think I do remember that.
See, y'all, I sleep during the day and I miss all the good stuff. Shit, I might have to quit sleeping so much.
Did you get the Hobbit one I sent you?
The Hobbit. Where did you send it to me at?
I don't remember if I sent it on Messenger or I think I sent it in Discord actually. With Calavante.
Let me see if I got it. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I just haven't watched it yet.
First court appearance.
Yeah, so apparently he is back at the jail right now where he escaped from. And then he's supposed to be, I guess, moved back to where he was at because, he had to go for his, like you said, the first court appearance or whatever. So they had to put him in the jail that this dude did the crab walk up the wall to escape.
Okay, so the first one I put in here is like 2 minutes and 40 seconds or something. The second one I put in there is a 49-minute clip.
Okay, and I do remember that now, the thing that they had over her head. Okay, I remember that now. But like I said, I was one of those that I didn't get a chance to watch like the whole trial, and I would just kind of catch clips of it here and there. Shit, I'm just gonna have to stop sleeping. So much. I miss everything, all the fun stuff. We're going back to summer in the Wawa. Jeez,
Wawa, I love the Wawa.
I just need to go to a Wawa.
You do. They're really cool.
Louisiana don't have no good stuff here. We don't even have a Buc-ee's here.
I don't even know what that is.
A Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is like the biggest gas station there is. Oh. They're really big in Texas.
I've never seen one.
Like several, probably, what? I don't know, 50 to 100 gas pumps.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're huge.
Oh my. Wow.
We need them in Louisiana. That way, when a hurricane's coming, there's enough gas pumps that everybody can get their gas and not have to worry about sitting in line a half a mile down the road waiting to get to the gas pumps. Let's see. I'm glad that you're live earlier so I can get on a normal. She's going to put normal in quotes. Well, KK, that's also my thing. Like, I figured if I go live earlier, I can get off of here earlier and maybe get some sleep. Maybe.
Unless you're like me and just can't go to bed anyway.
Well, that's like when I get off live tonight, I still got to wash clothes. Because I was so busy today that I didn't have time to. So now I got to do it when I get off live. Because I can't trust anybody else in the house to do it for me because they just don't do it right.
Exactly.
So, all right. So this is an article from Court TV. Hi, little Betty Joe.
Hi, baby Joe.
Just say hi, that's all.
Aubrey, hello.
She's like, oh man, she just said I can only say hi.
I cleaned my room up.
You cleaned your room up?
Yeah, see?
That's a good girl.
Oh my goodness. You are so good. You're such a big girl.
Yeah, she cleans it up by herself now.
Aw.
Yeah, for those who have never heard of a Buc-ee's, y'all got to look them up. They're like huge. I've never seen so many damn gas pumps at one store, but we for sure, like, they're big in Texas, but like they need to expand to Louisiana because we need them here too. Okay, so this says Sarah Boone loses the 7th attorney ahead of murder trial. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just can't stop laughing about her and this attorney. Like, she gets rid of attorneys like she takes showers. Are they really big out? I just have a thing about gas station food. That's the thing. Unless it's like chips or something like that, but
That girl is going to give that judge nightmares.
yeah, this is going to be an awesome trial. Like I said, if we're not going to get a Kohberger trial this in 2024, let's at least pray we can get a Boone trial.
Exactly.
I mean,
I just honestly, I got to see how that woman got him in that suitcase. I can't imagine. There's no way I would get in a suitcase, even if my husband asked me. There's too many possibilities to go wrong.
no, me neither. I would probably look at my husband like he was crazy if he told me to get in a suitcase.
I go, you get in the suitcase.
I'd happen it.
I'll push you down the stairs in it.
Just let me kick you one good time.
Yeah. I just want to know, did she knock him out and then put him in there?
But I thought he got in there willingly, didn't he?
I don't know.
I mean, they were.
From what
I mean,
I heard, yes.
I don't know how that would be considered hide and seek if she knew that he was getting in there.
I thought she said she put him in there.
I don't know
Because
how it happened.
she had to zip it up. And that's not hide and seek.
No. I still can't get past the adults playing hide and seek, though. I'm sorry.
That's hide and unalive somebody.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it turned into.
Honestly, I'm not sure I don't think she meant for him to die, but I think she very much meant to torment him in there.
Oh, she was. Yeah,
that was
she
her
was,
plan.
for sure. Hey, Babs, how are you? Yeah, I mean, we all saw that video where she was, or heard it anyway, where
Laughing
she was,
at him,
yeah,
calling
and just,
names.
Yeah, so, I
Saying
mean,
F
it's
you.
it's
She might
pretty
not
much.
for him to-
So
know,
you will
'cause
be
she went
busy next
upstairs
week, Adam
and
Montgomery trial. Dan, yes. Adam's trial starts Tuesday, actually.
Did you do the jury selection on that today?
No, it's supposed to start Tuesday.
Oh, I thought today was. Oh, never mind.
No, today's Friday.
I'm all messed up in my head on the days. I didn't even realize it was Friday.
Yeah, I'm bad about that. I lose days in the week. It happens all the time. Let's see. You will be okay. Wait, I didn't read that when she kicked it down the stairs. Yeah, that was pretty shitty on her part for kicking the damn suitcase down the stairs with the dude still in it, dead or alive. It's still, don't eat the egg salad sandwiches. Where at, Sally Mae? What are you talking about? Chips, guac, and pico. Man, y'all just all up in here talking about food, man.
We all talk about food every night. You guys
Jeez,
talk about food.
I'm hungry. I'm waiting on some chicken and dumplings to get done.
I got some gummy bears in my car.
I don't even want to hear it.
The Albanese ones.
I don't even want to hear it.
I had to go to Hobby Lobby. It was staring me in the face. I'm like, okay, I gotta have those gummies.
Dee, are you coming up on panel?
It's all your fault, Scarlett.
Why is it my fault?
Because I never ate gummies before you. You're the one that got me started. It's your fault.
Okay, this is Dee backstage. I just want to make sure it was her. Okay, Dee, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. I was just making sure that
Okay.
was you that was sitting backstage.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it was. I was having a hard time figuring it out. I
Okay,
don't know
no,
why.
no, you're good now.
Hey, how are you, hun?
Hi.
So your phone's solid.
You doing
Why
good?
is no, y'all are good. I'm just reading chat. I gotta quit reading chat while I'm trying to concentrate on talking.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Yeah, and y'all, I don't know what's up with the hold on. What the hell is my thing at? I need to fix or see if I can fix the commercial thing because
I don't think you can. Debbie took hers off and everything, and it still does it.
yeah, I can't. If I cut them completely off, I have to cut the whole monetization off for the live.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I think there's a way that I can lessen the amount that comes out of ads. Let me see if this works. Okay. All right. So Dee, you have pretty much followed Sarah Boone's case from the beginning, right? You seem to know
Yeah, I
a whole
have.
lot more. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just very interested in it.
Uh-huh.
What's not to
I
be
really
interested?
didn't know that you could die from being in a suitcase. Like, I never had thought about that before.
Yeah, because it wasn't hers like the mesh kind that he was in. It wasn't like one of the hard case types.
No, it was
Mm-hmm.
soft, like canvas kind of thing.
So you would think that would be like there would be some air coming through it. Maybe not
Yeah,
enough to help him, but
but I
Yeah,
have
but you're
heard
building
that
up a
when
lot
you're...
of.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but when you're in there, it's not getting the oxygen. It's also expelling so much carbon monoxide.
oh, that is true
That's
too.
exactly what I was going to say. Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. No, I was just saying no, I was agreeing with you because that's what I was going to say is apparently what you start breathing back that you're putting out
Yeah.
can kill you. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Linda,
And at
I
the
can't wait for her
beginning,
trial either, Linda.
Who?
Linda G said, I can't wait for her trial. The video tells it all. I can't wait for it, honestly, especially if she represents herself.
Oh, Boone. Oh my
right.
God.
Okay, Betty Joe, I hope you get to feeling better.
All right. Thanks for having me up, guys.
Oh, you're
Scarlett, I
welcome.
think you
Bye.
Feel better.
should do a poll
Thank you.
for fun, like to see, do one saying, how many attorneys do you think have a couple or whatever?
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah,
That
you're
I'm curious what people would
wait,
think.
Bad.
yeah, you're breaking up really bad, D. I
Oh,
got
I
something
am?
about
Okay,
a
let me go out
poll.
and I'll try to come back.
Okay. I got something about a poll and how many attorneys,
That's all I got.
and then it started breaking up really bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, if the judge said the last time that when she was appointed this last lawyer, that this is all you're getting, he may pull a Judge Boyce and be like, no, I'm not granting you the withdrawal. You got to stay on the case, just like Judge Boyce did with John Pryor and Chad Daybell's case.
Right.
It's like here we are at the last second before this trial, and you're wanting to withdraw, and she needs an attorney. Like that is her right as an American citizen, is to have someone to represent her. That may be what he tells his attorney.
Very sorry, but you're it. You're the last one.
Right.
Okay, if I'm still breaking up, I'm sorry. I switched to Wi-Fi. But
Okay.
I have a question on that. Didn't you say in this article
Okay, wait, you're
judge?
still breaking up. Did I
Okay,
say what
sorry.
about the judge?
Did they happen to say? Did you happen to say that they got a new judge?
Yes, there is something in this article that I'm about to read that talks about her getting a new judge as well.
Okay,
So
because then she might get another attorney. But I'm gonna write what I wanted to tell you in back chat, and then I'll jump down since my phone's not working great.
okay, well, if you want to come back up, just let me know and I'll drop the link for you.
Okay, I might try that. Sorry. Thanks,
Okay,
guys.
no, you're good. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, I was excited to catch your live.
I know it's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah,
I
you're doing
know.
good right now. We can hear everything.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're fine right now if you want to stay up here.
Oh, really? Right now I am?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah,
won't move.
it's not breaking up right now. So yeah, you can stay up here if you want to.
Okay, then
Okay,
let me
so
tell you really quick about the poll I think you should do, and then I'll be quiet. But
okay, go ahead.
so I think it would be fun to do a poll and say, like for everyone to put. All right, so I think you have to put numbers in there. So say, how many attorneys do you think Sarah Boone will have? And you could put 8, 9, whatever. Or do you think she'll represent herself? Because that would be kind of interesting to see what everyone thinks.
Okay.
I can tell you my opinion right now.
Yeah.
I think partially, I think she thinks she's the smartest person in the room, and I think she kind of wants to represent herself, to be honest.
She very well could. Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if
Have you
that's
guys played the husband's it was the video. I can't think of what it's called. They have it on their chest and it videos them when they came to the apartment and they talked with him.
Oh yeah, I've watched that.
Have you guys watched that? Okay. All right. I'll let you read your article. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Hold on. All right, so I've got the poll up now. Okay. All right. So this article here says Sarah Boone loses seventh attorney ahead of the murder trial. So Orlando, Florida. No, you're good.
I watched in the poll.
So in what feels like a scene out of a movie, Groundhog Day, Sarah Boone has once again found herself without an attorney and has written a letter to the judge asking for help. Boone is charged with second-degree murder in the death of her boyfriend, Jorge, who died after he was zipped inside of a suitcase. Boone told police that she put him in the luggage as part of a game of hide and seek that went wrong. Okay, so now they're saying that she said that she put him.
That's what I thought. That's why
In
I
there.
want to know how she got him in there. But his name is George, not Jorge.
Oh, well, hell, it ain't spelled like George, though.
I know, but that's what she says. It's
George, okay. All right. So
I like Jorge better myself, but
well, yeah, that's how it's spelled. Y'all know how I am. If I see something spelled,
yeah, that's why I was letting you know because I was like, yep.
Okay, so it's George. All right.
Yep.
So Winston Hobson, the seventh in a string of attorneys who have represented Boone, filed a motion to withdraw on Thursday, citing irreconcilable differences, including but not limited to ethical considerations. Hobson was appointed to represent Boone after her sixth attorney, Frank Bankowitz, withdrew from her case in August, telling the judge that he cannot represent a client who called him a dud and a buffoon. This woman's crazy, y'all. The judge who will now hear Hobson's motion to withdraw is new to the case. Judge Michael Kranick has taken over the case from Judge Wayne Wooten. Boone had previously written a number of letters from jail to Judge Wooten, bemoaning the length of time that she had been held, the delays in her trial, and her perceived lack of access to her attorneys. Once again, that is one of those things where she's got to realize the attorneys cannot be there with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So while Hobson said in his motion to withdraw that he had met with Boone in person at the jail and via video, Boone's first letter to Judge Kranick claims that she has only spoken to Hobson on one occasion for a total of 3 hours and has never received any phone calls. Boone made no secret of her disdain for Judge Wooten in her letter, blaming him for the delays in her case along with her attorneys. So she says, finally, a new judge. It's strange how the Lord works, as I was in the process of trying to disqualify Wooten after being my judge for 4 years and me still incarcerated with nothing to show other than 7 different attorneys, and not by choice, news clips of me walking in and out of the courtroom, and everything relative to my case permitted to be slathered on the global internet in which I have not seen myself. I felt that he was the ticket holder to my overly hyped, illicitly distributed, misconstrued a criminal case, and great reason I am still here. Again, ongoing 4 years and 7 attorneys later. Like when she writes stuff though, hey Liza, how she wrote this, she kind of wrote it like she had some sense. Like
that's what I've been saying all along. When she writes stuff, she sounds very intelligent.
But it's just how
she's just not. She knows the words, but she doesn't understand them, I don't think.
Or they're just not doing what she wants them to do.
Well, that's true too.
It's not going her way, so she's throwing a little hissy fit to the point where they're just like, I can't deal with this. I don't have time for this, and I'm done.
It's like, do you want me to stay on the phone with you all the time, or would you actually like me to work on your case? Which is it?
Right. And she can't have that because, like we said, these attorneys have other clients that they have to do stuff for as well. So in her letter, Boone asked to be included in all future hearings. Either way, I'm still here, waiting patiently and very excited to get this
patiently.
The woman's not patient. So either way, I'm still here, waiting patiently and very excited to get this highly anticipated show on the road. Thank you in advance, Judge Kranick. Welcome. She literally, y'all, she welcomed the judge to her case.
This woman just cracks me up. I'm sorry. I can't wait for this trial. I hope she does represent herself. I'll be honest.
It would be
so much fun.
It would be the funniest shit show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Hey, Angie. So
Daryl Brooks was good, but I think this one
it's already going to be terrible.
Yeah, Daryl Brooks is, just from what I saw, was funny. Even though I missed the whole building the fort thing in the other courtroom.
Oh my gosh! And he would stand in that other courtroom, and he would have a sign saying "objection," and he just hold it up, object. It was hilarious.
Betty Jo, tell the baby we all say good night.
Good night, baby Joe.
All right, so it says the next hearing in Boone's case is scheduled for May 3rd, ahead of an anticipated May 13th trial. The judge will likely schedule a hearing sooner to address the motion to withdraw. I wonder if he's going to allow it since this is a new judge. Because, he can go back and look at the notes from the previous judge and what this previous judge has said. And this being her 7th attorney and how she's done all the other ones.
What do you want to bet the previous judge talked to this judge?
He probably has. After this motion come out, he was probably like, let me fill you in on a few things.
Yeah. Be prepared. I'm a buffoon, but you be prepared.
Y'all, she welcomes the judge, this new judge. Now she goes to calling this new judge names and doing this judge bad and writing all these letters and all this and that. That is, do you call that narcissism at its finest? Like, what do you call that?
It is narcissistic. It's like
very two-faced in the way she acts.
I've seen narcissistic, but this woman does take the case. She really does.
If I was a judge, I'd be like, can I please get out of it just like all of these attorneys are? Because I don't want to sit through weeks and weeks and weeks of a trial having to deal with her.
I recuse myself.
Like, I retire. I'm done. I'll go ahead and take my retirement. And
hi, Scott.
And be done with it.
She's just going to get up there with the jury and say, Not intentional. Not
Oh my
intentional.
God. Can y'all imagine if the jury comes back with a guilty verdict? Which I'm pretty sure they will, but how she's going to do.
Oh my God.
Hey, Elliot, how are you? Okay,
Hey,
Elliot
Elliot.
said borderline personality disorder with narcissistic and bipolar traits.
Pretty much.
That is perfect, Elliot. Perfect.
It is. He always comes up with the right words, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he comes in with that boom of a. Oh shit!
I know
I
what
don't
he
even want to
does.
start. I don't even want to start with the word boom, but
He
y'all,
said
y'all get what I'm saying.
he sits out there listening for a while and then thinks of something brilliant to say.
And he just comes in with it right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, King Scarlet. I had to scroll back up to find her thing because I saw it when I was reading. But King Scarlet says, we need eye for an eye punishment, the principle of justice that requires punishment equal in kind to the offense.
Put her in a suitcase. Throw her down some stairs and leave her in there overnight and see what happens. She'll probably live, though.
That poor suitcase, though, y'all. I mean, that.
I just can't believe somebody got in a suitcase. I
don't even know what to say. Like, okay, if you're drinking, I still can't imagine a drunk person getting into a suitcase, though. Like, how? I wonder, did they ever come out? But did they ever like come out with his toxicology report?
I haven't heard it. But the inherent danger of getting in a suitcase and God forbid somebody has a heart attack and dies or something. See, that's how my brain works. It'd be my luck to get in there, and then he'd probably kill over with a heart attack, and I would be in there suffocating to death.
Right. And she just, what was it? She went upstairs and drank wine and allegedly falls asleep, I guess. I think that's what was said. And
I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I would like to see his tox report too, just to see how much alcohol he had in his system.
I don't know that I've heard hers either. Has that been out, guys?
Hers was, I don't know if hers would be as much as his, though, at the time of his death. Because, I mean, if you remember, she was already up for a while. She was pacing around outside.
Yeah.
Wanting water. Needs water. Yeah. I do remember that part. You know,
let me get it out of the
water hose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know, maybe her levels wouldn't be as high as what his was at the time of his death. But it would help paint the story of what happened that night. Because was anything ever said about any type of illicit substances or anything like that went on that night while they were playing hide and seek and drinking? Does anybody know that?
I don't. I know people said that they thought that they did that kind of stuff, but as far as that night, I don't think so.
Okay. Because that would be another thing that would maybe explain it a little bit more, that, you know, he wasn't in his right state of mind to get in to a suitcase. He just put too much of his trust in her. Liza, you think they were doing substances that night?
I mean, they could have been. I don't know, but from the way
that's why I'm wondering if, like, what his tox report.
Because I know a lot of people were wondering about it, but I don't think I ever heard anything about that they actually did. She about short-circuited her interrogation when they started telling her what evidence they had. Like the video she pretended she didn't know about. I feel like she really might not have.
I have to wait for his next comment. I think Sarah purposely went upstairs to sleep and left him there. Now, Linda, I can agree with that. I think she purposely left him in there and didn't let him out. And like we said, there's a video of her taunting this man while he's in there.
And she didn't know, he said.
Okay.
I think honestly, I do believe that she had every intention to put him in that suitcase, torment him, and leave him overnight. Do I believe she thought it would unalive him? No, not so.
Probably not. Yeah. And it just, that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
And if for whatever reason she felt like she needed to kick him down the stairs while in the suitcase. I mean, like the woman
That's
is
just cold blooded. That's cold blooded, man.
maybe they were role playing. I'm telling, that's some hell of a role play. Like, you get in the suitcase, let me taunt you, and I'm just going to leave you in there all night.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine though, because I couldn't be in a position to where I couldn't move.
No.
Or be able to stretch my legs, or especially move my legs or my arms.
Talk about claustrophobic.
It's not so much that I'm claustrophobic. I can't be in that position. Hey, Wildfire, how are you? I can't be in that position to where I can't move my legs or arms. I will freak the hell out.
Yeah.
And so I can't imagine this man being in this suitcase, probably freaking the hell out because he can't get out his own self, and she's not helping him.
Yeah,
I just
saying F you.
Yeah, she was more worried about videoing him in the suitcase and saying the stuff that she was saying to him. And
the thing of it is, I don't think that I could ever, when I laid my head down at night, I don't think I could ever forget that while he was laying there unaliving, I was saying those terrible, nasty things to him.
Like, the last things he heard from her was those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Princess Megan, how are you? But I mean, she just seems like the type of person who doesn't care about anyone else. She only cares about herself only, and that's it. She doesn't care about how her family's going to feel in all this, or how this man is no longer here with us, and how his family feels losing a loved one. It's like she doesn't think about stuff like that.
No, she's a white demon.
Yeah, and just, I mean, look at the attorneys that she's went through. There's these attorneys, all 7 of them now, have not wanted to leave her case for no reason. There was something that she has done to them, and it could, and not just one time. Like, she had to have done it multiple times for them to just get fed up with it and be like, "That's it, I'm done. I don't want to deal with her."
How long has this last one been on? Just a few months, isn't it?
I think since August is what that article that I just read said.
Wow. Hey, you guys want to see what I made my head? Okay. Your family out here, I made a set of nails and I sent them to a marina, and they're like, "You need to make keychains, blah, 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 blah." Well, look at what you guys did. This is for my hubby.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
How do I?
There you go.
And I got a little jewel up in there, and I put love right there. And then on the back, it says D, R, and V, and little hearts.
I like that. That's cute.
Yeah. So when I send out press-ons, I'm going to... And Crazy Crime Chick, if you're in here, I'm working on yours, but I'm making it very special.
Okay, so King Scarlet makes a good point here. A man can rip himself out and is incredibly strong. I believe that he was most likely gone when he entered the suitcase.
No, that can't be right, because he was yelling.
On one of the videos?
Yeah, he was saying, Sarah, let me out.
Oh,
Sarah.
wait, that's the one that he was, when she was taunting him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go back and watch.
That's a 2-minute long video.
Okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch, because there's a lot that I've seen, but I've tried to keep up with everything else that I forget half the shit that I watch. Too fast. And how the effing heck do you type with those nails?
I don't have any problems. Okay, I'm going to send you the video. I'm going to put it in Discord for you. This is the video. I'm putting it in yours. I guess I can.
Okay. In my Discord?
And yeah, in your just DM.
Okay.
Because that's the one I happen to be on.
All right, let's see. Oh, shit. Wait. I don't want it over there. Damn it. I pull stuff up and it goes to the wrong screen. Okay, here we go. So, man dies while begging for help after girlfriend allegedly locked him in the suitcase. This is so crazy. Hold on. Let me pull it up. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear this or not, because I'm just going to try to play it without redoing it.
It's a canvas bag. I mean, it's fairly large, but he wasn't big. He's like 5'2".
So that would be considered a large suitcase, right?
Not the largest one, but almost.
Okay. All right. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to enlarge it, though.
All right. Y'all, I'm on mute while
for everything you've done to me.
It's playing.
Sarah. For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real ransom. I want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you string on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Fucking breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up.
Sarah.
Shh.
He was literally begging her, telling her that he could not breathe. And yes, you could tell she was messed up also. Very intoxicated. But the man was sitting there telling her that he could not breathe. That she's not getting out of this. I don't know what she thinks. And she might as well just take whatever attorney that the courts give her and pray for the best, honestly, because she's not getting out of it. Her carpet is nasty.
Sorry, I had to run downstairs. Yeah, okay. I mean, the guy was telling her, I can't breathe. I mean, I'd have nightmares for the rest of my life over what
I mean, how could they not get that as first degree? I mean, he is...
Personally, I think it should be.
I mean, he's sitting there telling her he cannot breathe. You can hear it in his voice that he's in distress.
Yeah.
And she just sit there and she laughed.
My thing is premeditation only takes just a moment.
Right.
And it's premeditated. Now, when she put him in the suitcase, maybe she wasn't thinking about that. But when you're saying I can't breathe, and then you go upstairs while he's in there suffocating,
Yeah.
that's first to me, that you left him there.
Yeah.
You left him there on purpose.
And you laughed about it, and you said F you to him several times. And yeah, and she says to him, it's on you. I just, she had no remorse. And I know she was intoxicated. You can hear it in her voice that she's intoxicated.
Oh, yeah.
But
she denies that too.
If she denied that she was intoxicated in that video, she's crazier than what I think.
I think she said they only had 1 or 2 glasses of wine.
How big were the glasses? Because
a bottle.
I mean, she clearly, her speech was slurred in that video.
Yeah.
And him sitting there, and you could tell when he was saying, Sarah, I can't breathe, babe, I can't breathe. He wasn't screaming and hollering at her. He wasn't mad. It wasn't like he was going to, like he was trying to scare her or lying to her. You know, it wasn't none of that. It was, I can't breathe. He literally begging for her to let him out. And she sit back and she videotaped it, and she laughed about it. She blamed him for it. And she left him there to die. I just don't see how that's not a first degree charge.
I don't either. I'm actually pretty upset that it's not first degree, because I think it should be. I've always thought it should be.
And isn't Florida a DP state? Look,
I don't know.
I thought I looked Florida up the other night. Okay, Dan says yes. Okay, so Florida is a state that regularly imposes the death penalty. So in 2023,
20 years?
Well, it says here, 2023, the state resumed executions after 3 years without one, and lowered the bar for juries to recommend. Oh, that is right, because they were trying to get Y&W Melly. They changed it to where it doesn't have it doesn't have to be a unanimous decision on the jury's part now. It only has to be like so many votes for it. Like they changed that right before the Y&W Melly trial, because they were going after the DP on him.
Wow.
And he ended up getting a mistrial. So that is, I forgot all about that. So yeah, I mean, will she even do, somebody said something about life in prison. Will she even get life on a second degree charge? Okay, so
she either deserves life or.
Oh, she needs a date with Sparky.
Personally, yeah. Personally, I think she needs a date with him too.
Yeah, she needs a one night stand with Sparky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Elliot said, "What brand suitcase was this? I'd be filing a defamation suit against her. My luggage is breathable. That's what prevents your stinky closet clothes from smelling like everyone else's on an airplane." That I don't know, Elliot.
You know, I never have been able to see that. You'd have to do some research, because I don't ever remember seeing the name on that suitcase. Because I had wondered that myself.
Now, you could probably get like a screenshot of that video and go through, just, searching luggage and try to find one that has the same, like if it had outside pockets or something like that, and maybe come up with the brand. 20 years to life on second degree. That is crazy. So she could get life, but more than likely she's not. That is, I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know how it wouldn't have been a first degree charge, honestly.
What suitcase did Sarah Boone use?
Hey, Al, how are you? But I'm sure once trial starts, they will come out with a brand of suitcase that it was. They'll have everything there is about that suitcase. More than like, if her attorneys
Oh,
do
yeah.
their job, they should have the the dimensions of the suitcase. They should have the brand. They should have everything that there is about that suitcase.
Yeah.
And bring it up in court and tell the jury. Not to mention, the suitcase will be there. They will bring the suitcase out during trial. See, sorry, I keep getting kicked. Thanks for letting me come up. Dee, you're very welcome. I think our storm is messing with the internet. Okay, Dee, no problem. Yeah, if anytime you want to come up, just let me know and I'll drop the link for you. So yeah, we'll probably get to see all the information on the suitcase once the trial starts. But like Elliot, I would like to know more about this brand of suitcase and all that too
Oh,
before
yeah.
trial.
Ew.
Okay, so you want them to be breathable. So if you go somewhere with a pool ocean of moist, am I allowed to say that word? No, I hate that word. Oh my God, Elliot. If you put anything even slightly damp back in, it will get moldy. That's true. I don't know. We need to figure
Well,
out
the point is,
brand.
he may have been able to breathe in there. Okay. I mean, oxygen may have been coming in,
But
not
maybe not
enough
enough.
CO2 is going out. He's putting more out than he's getting in.
Yeah, he wasn't getting enough, and there's no telling what type of position that he was in. Uh, like he might have went into the suitcase in one position, and he probably moved around to try to get more comfortable while he was in there. It looked like in that video that the suitcase was upside down.
Yeah, it was. She put it upside down.
Okay, well, see, he changed positions in there. He could have gotten hurt when he was, turning or anything like that. So there's really no
When she
telling.
dropped him down the stairs. Okay, does anybody know this? Because I can't remember. This was after she dropped him down the stairs or before? Because I know she said she went over there and turned it over.
So he was still alive when she kicked him down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking he was already deceased.
Mm-mm.
So he probably had broken bones and everything else.
Yeah, that's why she kicked him up. I'm thinking she kicked him down the stairs and then this was taken and then she went to bed. Either way, he was still alive when she went to bed.
Okay, Betty just said this was after. Okay, so this man had already been kicked down the stairs. It looked like that the suitcase was in front of a door. The man was probably in no telling what kind of pain. Betty just said he couldn't breathe because his knees were up against his chest. Imagine being in that position in a very small, confined area. You can't breathe good.
I'm not claustrophobic, but I would be in that thing. But
yeah,
I don't care how drunk or how wasted I am. There is no way I'm getting in a suitcase. I'm too paranoid. No way.
Yeah, it's just the thought of not being able to move my legs and arms. That is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would be having a panic attack. Honestly, being in a situation like he was, I can't imagine what was going through his head while he's sitting there begging this woman after what he thought was just a game between the two of them, begging her to let him out that he can't breathe, and she's sitting there saying the stuff that she was saying to him, and then him realizing he's not getting out the suitcase.
And Dawn, see, that's why I agree with you, Dawn, because first off, remember she said that it was in the back of the closet. They had just brought it out because she was getting all this stuff to send to the Goodwill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she puts him in a suitcase. So what I'm thinking is she had it planned when she got that suitcase out to put him in that suitcase. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And she did with that suitcase exactly what she wanted to do. Now, I don't know whether she wanted him to pass on or not, but I don't think she did, honestly. But he did. But she premeditated putting him in that suitcase. So to me, you
Yeah.
have to do you have to pay for the consequences of your actions.
Okay, why am I not seeing all the comments? Because I was wanting to bring a comment up that Margaret put in chat, but it's not on my StreamYard for some reason. What the heck? Okay, so Margaret says also his lungs would be compromised and unable to fully inhale full capacity, limiting the level of oxygen into the lungs. And I was trying to find that one to pull up on the screen, and it's not on my StreamYard chat.
Huh.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's weird.
And then Stephanie, how are you? Stephanie says, I saw a video of her at the scene and in a police interview. They eventually showed her the video, asked her about scratches and wounds on him, and I believe it was positional asphyxiation that murdered him.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so. I don't see how it's not a first degree
I just don't either.
charge.
don't.
I really don't. Yeah, KK, I don't know what's up with it, which is usually why I have both of my YouTube and my StreamYard chat up, but I don't know why it's not pulling up on my StreamYard chat. That is weird.
It is weird. That does do that sometimes, though, I've noticed.
But so if I didn't have my YouTube chat up, I would miss what looks like a lot of comments. Stephanie also says she was intoxicated enough that I forgot she made the video. She was shocked when shown them, and she freely handed over her phone. I mean, that could have been, and I don't know if that's what she's going to use maybe in her defense, is that she was intoxicated and, try to say that she didn't remember it.
No, but do you remember her interview when she was being interrogated? She kept saying, no, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't this. I mean, she'd rather sit there and be accused of, hurting him purposely and all that. I would have said, yeah, I was drunk. I mean,
just admit
I
it.
would have owned up to it, because that's better than saying, no, I'm just cold blooded like that, basically.
Right. Yeah. And see, I didn't get to watch because like I said, I didn't start off with this case when it first happened. And so there's a lot that I need to get caught up on. So I haven't got to watch the interrogation.
Oh my goodness, you got to watch it. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a crazy.
If you think she's delusional now, wait until you watch that.
So earlier I could only see my comments looking like I was talking to myself. I don't know what the hell is up with chat then. I don't know. Is everybody else's chat working okay?
Mine seems to be okay. I mean,
okay, because usually
of course,
mine,
if it's not there, who knows?
right. Well, usually mine jumps off of live chat back to top chat, but it hasn't done that tonight. It's just it's not showing everything, and it's only on my StreamYard. It's not on my YouTube chat. Let me see. She's trying to trying for battered spouse defense.
Yeah, she is.
But does she? Okay, so I did see where he was arrested for that.
They both were, and she would bail him out. He'd bail her out.
Okay.
But the thing of it is, okay, you want to do the battered spouse thing. That's fine, but he wasn't doing anything to her.
Not that night. He wasn't. Stephanie, it's okay. I realized what you were saying. Yeah, she did say that when he kept saying, well, I can't breathe. And she would say, well, that's what I felt like when you would choke me.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, have the man arrested and put in jail and don't bail him out. Don't put him in a suitcase and the man sit there and beg for his life and you just leave him there.
Right.
And, and then throw a hissy fit when you're stuck in jail, because this is like,
this is something you decided to do. Exactly.
Right. You sit there drunk or not, and you've shown no remorse for it. If I would have A normal person that would have been drunk and something like this happened, and they didn't realize what they were doing at the time. And then whatever they sobered up and they were told, okay, look, your actions by putting this man in the suitcase and doing this video and laughing at him and him telling you he can't breathe and you not helping him resulted in his death. A normal person would be remorseful and be like, oh my God, I cannot believe that, and just breaking down and crying. And she didn't do none of that.
Oh,
did
no.
did she do that in her interrogation?
No.
So the jury is going to look at that she's had no remorse throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
She thought she was going to get up from that interrogation room and go home. I kid you not.
I believe that that's what she thought, just by hearing the stuff that I've heard so far about her. She held his arrest over him to control him.
Mm-hmm.
That is very narcissistic. I can tell she has a control problem.
Oh yeah.
That's evident. I don't know. I just hearing that, and I watched that video that we just watched. I remember watching it a long time ago, but I still wasn't into the case that deep. And I remember watching the video of her when she was outside, the body cam footage.
Yeah.
She kept begging for the water and stuff like that. And it was still one of those, I can't remember if I was already doing Idaho 4 or Kylie's case at that time. So I still didn't get into it, that much. But just the fact of re-listening to that man lay in that suitcase and telling her over and over, and that's all he was saying. He wasn't screaming at her. He wasn't cussing her. He wasn't sounding like he was mad at her. He was very calmly saying, I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
You could hear him in distress. And she just sat there and she laughed at him.
You know what gets me really, another thing that really gets me that I think is one reason why I think I consider it first degree, is that when she called 911, well, she called her husband first, and then he came over and they called 911. But she had a story already prepared. And she told that story every chance she got. We were doing this, we painted, we had, blah, 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 we had a bottle of wine, and then we did this. But she had it prepared, down pat.
So she knew everything that had happened.
Yeah, because she had that whole story, and she would have, when you're lying, most of them start from the beginning and go on. Don't catch them in the middle or anything. They start from the beginning and go on. And that's what this woman has consistently done. Started at the beginning and went on.
Right. It's just, I don't know. I don't know which case is crazier, y'all. Honestly.
Which one are you talking about?
Just out of Sarah and just the cases that's going on right now that, have trials coming up.
Yeah.
Which case is the craziest one? Because if she's telling the same, and she already had her story straight, she knew what was up.
Yeah, she did. That's why I don't have a lot of pity for this woman.
I have none. I really don't. I get that people get drunk, or they're doing substances and they're not in their right state of mind for a certain period of time.
But her having that suitcase out beforehand,
it was almost like she was planning, hey, let's play hide and seek, and here's your hiding spot right here. See, look, I've already got it out for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's just too premeditated for me to consider it any other way.
Some dude streamed a video of him murdering his dad on YouTube earlier. It was up for 6 hours. Yeah, Stephanie, that dude's been arrested. Shit, I don't forgot that guy's name, but
Justin Moan.
Yeah, that's another crazy one, and I can't believe that YouTube allowed that to stay up. That's what's crazy. And I haven't really looked into that case. I just saw somebody had done a screenshot of this guy and put it on Twitter of him holding the head up, and they like blurred it out or whatever, and was kind of like put the caption of what this guy did, and I just thought, oh shit, this
Yeah.
other crazy one. But apparently he murdered his mom too.
Did he? I didn't hear that.
I'd seen that somewhere, and something about his dad was a federal agent
Yeah.
or ex-federal agent or something.
Yeah, that's true. I heard that.
Okay, Scarlett, did you see a guy in the same county as Bryan? He murdered 2 people or tried, and he didn't serve any jail time too. So, Libra, you're talking about in the same case, what is that? The girl with the funny last name? Where did I write her name down? That hit her boyfriend 108 times with a knife.
Oh my God, that's just incredible.
Is that the same county you're talking about? Okay, I just want to make sure that was who you were talking about and not Bryan Kohberger. Yeah, but no, I haven't seen that. But if that's the case, and people are murdering people in that county and they're not getting jail time,
No wonder.
Somebody needs to be reelected. All right, Betty Jo, have a good night. I hope you feel better.
That's the one that judge let off and said, no, she's okay. She can leave.
Yeah, she didn't get no
Right.
jail time. She all she got was community, like, what was it,
200 hours.
200 hours of community service, I believe it was. We literally just talked about it the other night. I think she hit her boyfriend with a knife 108 times. She didn't serve no jail time. 2 years probation and 200 hours of community service is what she got. And like I said, more than likely, when she finishes up that community service, if it's before 100 hours of community service, is that what it was, Dan?
No, it was 200.
Well, either way, I do remember saying that more than likely, if she finishes up the community service before her probation time is up, they will probably let her off probation early.
Probably.
So it's just...
Well, it was like, 3 months probation or something?
No, I think it was 2 years.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what... I had the information wrote down for that case, and then I don't remember which... It might have been this one. I put it in one of my binders, but Brian Speecher was that woman's name. I do have her name wrote down on this piece of paper, but that has to do with the Kansas City 3.
Did you see the toxicology yet on that?
No, they haven't came out with the toxicology, but apparently the police did talk to the family, and I guess they let the family know, and I'm guessing the family's the one that came out to the media about what was in it. But it was Fenty, the white powder that starts with a C, and
Right.
THC that was in there.
Yeah, no, I knew they had
System.
released that. I was just wondering if we had actually got to see the autopsy report, and I don't think they're finished with that, are they?
I don't think so, because it was just a preliminary toxicology report. It's not like the final thing, which I'm pretty sure the actual report will come out in a few more weeks. I could have swore I had her stuff wrote down, though, where I wrote it down about what else she got, but I guess not. Let's see, because I'm going to do the FOIA on her tox report, which I have not got a chance to do yet. But they should release it now since the case, I mean, it's not completely closed because she still got her, her probation and stuff like that. But, I mean, everything else is pretty much done and over with. I'll see neither, and I want search the Twitter image either blurred or not. Yeah, it was, Stephanie, it was pretty gross. And I can't believe that Twitter actually let them, even though it was blurred out that part. I can't believe that Twitter let them put that up either.
What's that other one where Avery got it from that? Woo! I forget the name of that platform she sent it on. It was on there too.
I don't know because I never could open it.
Avery, you need to send that to her. I can't. She sent it in a way that I can't send it out. It's kind of weird.
Is Avery still in here?
I don't know.
I think she was in
But
here
if-
earlier, or I thought I seen somebody say hi to her. I don't know. I can message her and get her to send it to me.
Yeah, and she only has like 2 minutes or so. Philby News Nation, he said. So she's only got the first part, 2 minutes of it, but I tell you what, you can get the gist of all of it in that time.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'll write her tonight if I don't forget, and get her to send it to me.
I was gonna.
All right,
Avery.
Okay, what do I have next? Stephanie don't wait too long to see medical teaching.
It was dang.
Oh, Stephanie, I hope you get to feeling better soon.
Aftermath.
Huh?
The name of that platform is Aftermath,
Okay, let me write that down.
I believe. I mean, I downloaded it, so.
Okay, thank you, Libra. I gotta pull my Discord back up.
I accidentally shut mine too.
Yeah, I have a bad habit instead of minimizing it, just like clicking and Xing it completely off of it.
I do the same.
When I'm live. Okay. Let me check this back. I had a message on there too. I had to answer back real quick. All right, let me grab Kohberger's. There was 2 documents that came out in his stuff today. One is about the IGG, and basically the defense is wanting experts to look at the IGG stuff. And they're asking for permission. And the judge spoke. So the other one is like 8 pages long, but I did read over it. Pretty easy read, so it shouldn't take me long to get through it. But the judge has spoken, and the way he is talking in that document, he is wanting to get this trial started in Bryan's case. And he is he's pretty much trying every way he can to be like, look, there's really no point in this going to the Supreme Court and, the Supreme Court picking it up and all this and that. So we'll get to that one in just a second. This one here is only 2 pages long.
See what happens when I work all day long? I miss out on all of this cool stuff.
That's why I've got to quit sleeping all day today. I miss all the fun stuff. Everybody else is having fun, and I'm over here snoozing. Let's see, I took something to try to break the fever again. Stephanie, I'm so sorry, honey. I hope you get to feeling better. It's like everybody is getting sick. Betty Joe's sick now.
Vapor rub, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's Betty Joe's sick now. Lady V was sick not long ago. Avery still sick.
I think my boss is getting it.
It's just like this crap is going around again. It's not up there. Wait, what's not up here, Sally Mae? Sally Mae, you can't see the document?
Stephanie, let me tell you something that worked really pretty good for me was that generic brand for like Claritin, but it was a generic brand. I don't know if you're having this, but like when I had it, it was really weird because like, have you ever had like chills or taking some medicine and you had like an allergic reaction to it, like your head's all itchy and kind of like sore.
Mm-hmm.
My head was like that. I'm like, what is going on with that? She's like, well, take some allergy medicine. So I did for that allergy. What, I wasn't taking any pills or nothing, so I have no idea what for, but she said sometimes flu can cause that. And when I started taking it, it actually helped me a lot. And so I just quit taking everything else and I just took that and my ibuprofen.
Yeah, seems like this flu that everybody's getting is just worse than what it usually is.
Yeah.
Thank God I haven't gotten it yet. Okay, y'all. So this is a motion to allow certain experts and investigators protected access to view the IgG material, which was what the defense was able to get. And I will say that Gabriela Vargas's name is not on this list of the people that Ann Taylor has put in here. Okay. All right, so it says, comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorneys and hereby moves this court for an order allowing certain experts and investigators protected access to view IgG materials. Counsel for Mr. Kohberger has reviewed the material currently available under the court's sealed order for disclosure of IgG information and protective order filed with the court on 12/29/23 and requests the court to include additional members of the defense team access to the material. All right, and I'm going to mute you, Lady V.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Kohberger specifically requests the current protective order to expand and allow defense experts Dr. Leah Larkin, Becca Barlow, and Stephen Mercer access to the materials. Further, Mr. Kohberger requests that the criminal investigators that are part of the defense team be allowed to have access to the materials as well. Expanding the current protective order to include additional members of the defense team and experts includes each additional person subject to the restrictions in the protective order. The request is grounded in Mr. Kohberger's Sixth Amendment right to effective assistance of counsel and counsel's ongoing duty to investigate the case brought against Mr. Kohberger. Access to these materials is necessary to investigate how and when Mr. Kohberger was identified as a suspect. I figure he will allow it. That way she has nothing to come back and complain about. Wait, what?
Paper put disclaimer. Nell Elegance by Lady V isn't an MD. She just plays one on YouTube.
But yeah, that was like the first comment I seen whenever I looked at chat. I was trying to figure it out.
I took a second. I was like, what?
So more than likely the judge will allow this, I'm thinking. You know, because like I said, I'm fixing to get into this other document where he's talking about that he basically wants us to get going. He wants us to start moving along. And so more than likely, I'm thinking, and King Scarlet, are you still in here? I don't know if she's still in here or not, but I want to see what she thinks about this as well. Linda G, have a good night. If she thinks that the judge, or does anybody else for that matter, do y'all think that the judges will allow these experts and investigators? Hey, Shizzy, how are you? No way, how are you tonight?
She's asking for them, right?
Yes, she is asking for those three experts and then the investigators that is with the defense team to be able to have access to the IgG material in order to look at it and go over it.
Man,
So, no way says the judge shouldn't if she's going to do this over and over.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, but if he doesn't allow it,
Yeah,
then
that's what. Then they can use it for appeal. That's what I was.
yeah, because then she's going to be like, well, hey, you're not allowing my experts to come in here and go over this with me. So how can I effectively represent my client when this gets brought up in his trial?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And so that's why I'm thinking he's going to allow it.
Yeah.
See, the one expert she brought into court was hanging on a YouTube channel after for a while. Stephanie, do you remember which one it was? Because I know Gabriela Vargas is the one that FBI went and had a visit with. And I can't remember. I think she was. No, I think hers was through text messages that she was talking to somebody else, and that's why they went and visited her. I can't remember if any of the other ones were on any channels. Hey, Elsie, how are you? So I don't know. Hopefully,
You're not wrong.
in
the show,
she is trying to, and the judge is looking at her like
she's doing a pretty good job so far.
with Judge's many facial expressions, like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you talking about?
You
Honestly,
can read his face so easily. It's so funny.
yeah, it's. Oh wait, thanks. I'd forgotten her name. She hung out on TNT Atlanta for several streams after. Oh, I must have missed that.
Oh, Lana.
Was it Gabriela Vargas? Stephanie, was that her? I completely missed that if she did. I don't know. I mean, we know at least one hearing coming up after the end of April of 2024. Okay, so it was Gabriella. Okay. I don't know how I missed that.
I don't watch hers very much.
There are some things that she comes out with that I will watch. If it's, something that I'm interested in and just, when it gets like her take on it. But a lot of times, I mean, honestly, I don't really have time.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I don't hardly have time for anything. See, it's something JJ has started saying no to, and Taylor's constantly leaves. Margaret, I agree. He really does.
But on this one, I don't know. I mean, that one.
Yeah, this one, I think that it. I mean, if we don't want it, of course he is going to have appeals if he is convicted. That's a no-brainer. But it still comes down to the effective counsel, and we don't want him to be able to say that if he's convicted. So is it better for the judge to allow them? But at the same time, he needs to say, okay, look, if I'm going to allow this, you only have a certain amount of time. You don't have months and months and months to go over this. Look over it, discuss what needs to be discussed, explain to the counsel if there's something that they don't understand, and then that's it.
A certain time.
Yeah, there should have been deadlines set the other day. I'm still I can't believe he didn't set a deadline for some of this stuff, because she's screaming summer 2025, but can be ready if no delays by March of 2025. Well, there's going to be delays if there's no deadline set. And she saw. I mean, we've seen it for 14 months now.
Oh yeah, they're both sides are going to take every ample opportunity that they
right. So the judge needs to step up and be like, look, this is getting ridiculous. Hey, Tawny, how are you? We need some deadlines. There needs to be boundaries set, and this is what they are.
Yep, I agree.
So, all right, let me get this one pulled up here real quick. And this is the one that's kind of long, but it's pretty easy. So I should be able to get through it. And can y'all all see this one okay?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty big, actually.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I've got to have it up pretty big because I'm sitting back away from my screen right now and I'm like half blind. So, all right. So on this one here is the order denying the defendant's motion to reconsider and motion for permissive appeal. So the background on this is an ongoing a criminal prosecution for 4 counts of murder in the first degree and 1 count of burglary. The murders were committed over a year ago on November the 13th of 2022. Defendant Bryan Kohberger was charged with the crimes on December the 30th of 2022 and has been in custody since that time. Although trial was originally scheduled to begin in October of 2023, on August 23rd of 2023, defendant waived his rights to a speedy trial and moved to continue the jury trial to a later date to provide adequate time for him to challenge the grand jury indictment, among other things. On July 25th of 2023, defendant filed a motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of error in the grand jury instructions or in the alternative remand for a preliminary hearing. On August 23rd of 2023, defendant filed a motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct in withholding exculpatory evidence. A hearing on both motions was held October the 26th of 2023. On December the 15th of 2023, this court issued an order denying the motion to dismiss the indictment for inaccurate instructions to the grand jury, and a sealed order denying motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of a biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct. December 21st of 2023, defendant filed a motion to reconsider orders denying the motions to dismiss the indictment. And in the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders and a stay of the proceedings. A 2-part hearing on the defendant's motion was held January 26 of 24. The first portion of the hearing was closed to the public to protect the secrecy of the grand jury proceedings. The second part of the hearing was open to the public, which focused on the standard required for a grand jury indictment. At both hearings, the defendant was present and represented by Ann Taylor, Jay Logson, and Eliza Massive. The state was represented by William Thompson Jr., Ashley Jennings, Jeff Knight, and Ingrid Beatty. To date, a trial has yet to be rescheduled as the parties continue to work through discovery, trial preparation, and the continued motions challenging the grand jury. Given the immense amount of potential evidence, the defense counsel has represented that the earliest a trial should be scheduled is spring 2025 and, more realistically, summer of 2025. Hey, Brandon. The state would prefer a setting in summer 2024, but also acknowledge that a trial in summer 2025 would be more realistic. So this is the law part of it. So the Idaho criminal rules do not expressly provide for a motion for reconsideration like Idaho rules of civil procedure. So, however, such motions have not been deemed improper if made. Under the Idaho rules of civil procedure, the decision to grant or deny a request for reconsideration generally rests in the sound discretion of a trial court. A motion for reconsideration may be based on new evidence or calculated to draw the court's attention to errors of law or fact in the initial decision. To obtain permission to appeal an interlocutory order, the appealing party must first seek permission from both the trial court that issued the interlocutory order and the appellate court before the appeal can be heard. This is IAR 12B and 12C. So even if the trial court enters an order disapproving a motion for permission to appeal, the appellate court may still accept the appeal under IAR 12C. However, under IAR 12, an appeal may be taken from an interlocutory order under very limited circumstances. IAR 12A. First, the order appealed from must involve a controlling question of the law as to which there is substantial grounds of difference of opinion. IAR 12A. Second, it must appear that an immediate appeal from the order may materially advance the orderly resolution of the litigation. It was the intent of IAR 12 to provide an immediate appeal from an interlocutory order if substantial legal issues of great public interest or legal questions of first impressions are involved. In addition to the factors set forth in IAR 12, a court determining whether to hear an interlocutory appeal should also consider the impact of an immediate appeal upon the parties, the effect of the delay of the proceedings in the district court pending the appeal, the likelihood of possibility of a second appeal after judgment is finally entered by the district court, and the case workload of the appellate courts. So IAR 12 only creates an appeal in the exceptional cases and does not broaden the appeals which may be taken as a matter of right under IAR 11. So the analysis on this, reconsideration for the reasons articulated on the record on January 26 of 2024, defendant's motion for reconsideration is denied, which we did hear that. The order denying motion to dismiss indictment for inaccurate instructions to the grand jury and the sealed order denying motion to dismiss indictment on grounds of biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of insufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct are both soundly rooted in case law, constitutional law, statutes, and criminal rules. The court did not find error with any factual findings or applications of well-settled law to the fact as found. In reaching its decision, this court spent a significant amount of time reviewing the grand jury proceedings and researching the issues presented by the defendant. Reconsideration does not change the court's decision. Wait, is somebody acting up in the chat, Sally Mae? Hey, Eric, how are you? Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I see Sally Mae threatening to share with somebody. All right, so number 2 is the permission to appeal. So for the reasons articulated on the record on January the 6th of 24, defendant's motion for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders is denied. First, neither the order denying motion to dismiss indictment for inaccurate instructions to the grand jury or the sealed order denying motion to dismiss the indictment on grounds of biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct involve a controlling question of law as to which there are substantial grounds for differences of opinion, IAR 12A. Indeed, it is well settled law in Idaho that the standard for a grand jury indictment is probable cause, not beyond a reasonable doubt. So the defendant himself recognizes that the whole of modern jurisprudence is on the issue against his novel theory that beyond a reasonable doubt is the applicable standard. In Idaho, colleagues of defense counsel have presented this theory to at least 3 district judges, and all have agreed that the probable cause and not beyond a reasonable doubt is the appropriate standard. Thus, there is not substantial grounds for differences of opinion on the issue. Idaho Criminal Rule 6.6 expressively states this: a motion to dismiss the indictment may be granted by the district court for a valid challenge to an individual juror who served on the grand jury that found the indictment, except that finding for a valid challenge to one or more members of the grand jury is not grounds for dismissal of the indictment if there were 12 or more qualified jurors concurring in the finding of the indictment. Although the defendant argues this rule violates due process, there is no case law supporting the defendant's position. Thus, there is no substantial grounds for differences of opinion to dismiss the indictment where the indictment was found to a probable cause by all 16 jurors. I'm curious, though, since he has denied this, if they're going to try to come back and appeal it again or ask for another reconsideration.
Yeah, put it in a different way with different reasons.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
can see it coming.
Yeah. So explain to me again what interlocutory is. I have a brain fart on that one.
Okay, let me go back to Google, because that is in my Kohberger binder, and it's on the other side of the room.
I looked it up once. Summer, tell the manager.
I have no idea what's going on in chat. I'm done missed.
Yeah, me too. Too much.
Yeah. All right. So interlocutory refers to an order, a sentence, decree, or judgment issued by a court in an intermediate stage between the commencement and the conclusion of a cause of action.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, second, an immediate appeal of the orders denying dismissal of the indictment would not materially advance the orderly resolution of the litigation. Quite the opposite is true. Unfortunately, this case has already been pending for a year, and at the juncture, trial may not even be set until spring or summer of 2025. If an appeal is granted now, the case will essentially come to a halt for some period while the appellate courts reveal the grand jury proceedings, causing even further delay. And the gain to defendant, even assuming a permissive appeal is granted by the appellate court and the appellate court rules in the defendant's favor, and minimizes, as the state has stated, that charges would immediately be refiled. Hey, Avery. Stated differently, the likelihood of the defendant being released from custody, even if the indictment were dismissed by a higher court, is essentially non-existent. So I don't know if that's what they thought was going to happen. Hey, we'll get Bryan's indictment thrown out, and then he'll be able to get out of court, and then they'll eventually refile the charges, and then he'll get rearrested. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Hey, Avery, send Scarlett that picture you sent me of Justin Moan.
Yes, because she tried to send it to me, and I could never open it.
Yeah, you sent it to me in a way I can't share it.
All right. Okay, so the only path forward for either side is a trial. Additionally, as time passes, both sides are faced with the reality that witnesses' memories may fade or witnesses may become unavailable, which may cause prejudice to one or both sides. Finally, while the court remains steadfast in its obligations to ensure the defendant's constitutional rights are protected, the court is also mindful of the victim's family's constitutional rights to a timely disposition of the case. Idaho Court, Article 122. An appeal now would not advance the defendant's rights or the rights of the victim's families. Case law also instructs this court to consider the impact of an immediate appeal upon the parties, the effect of the delay of the proceedings in the district court pending the appeal, the likelihood or possibility of a second appeal after judgment is finally entered by the district court, and the case workload of the appellate courts. As outlined above, the impact of an appeal now on the parties would not be favorable to either side, and the effect of further delays of these proceedings may result in prejudice to one or both parties. Finally, if the defendant is convicted by a trial jury, and essentially if the death penalty is imposed, there will undoubtedly be years of appeals to come where the issue raised by the defendant may be reviewed by a higher court. IAR 12 only creates an appeal in the exceptional case and does not broaden the appeals which may be taken as matter of right under IAR 11. It was the intent of IAR 12 to provide an immediate appeal from an interlocutory order if substantial legal issues of great public interest or legal questions of first impressions are involved. While this case in and of itself is exceptional in that the defendant is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and is facing the death penalty if convicted, the issues raised by the defendant's motion to dismiss the indictment are not exceptional, nor do they substantial legal issues of great public interest or legal questions of first impression. If grand jury proceedings were routinely reviewed by appellate courts before jury trials, the system, both at the trial level and at the appellate level, would become bogged down. The grand jury is merely an investigative body tasked with determining if there is probable cause for a defendant to face the charges against him. Nothing the grand jury did has any bearing on the ultimate question of the defendant's guilt or innocence. For these reasons, the defendant's motion for permission to appeal is denied. So I wonder what Ann Taylor has up her sleeve next. I still feel like that there's going to be something else she's going to come back to this judge with regarding the indictment.
She'll come back with anything she can think of that she thinks might be valid.
Mm-hmm. But like the judge says, the Supreme Court can still come in and pick it up. And he even said this on the 26th of January. Usually, they go back and they look at the reasons why the judge denied it. Hopefully, they will take that into consideration. This is we're at what month now? Going on 15 months of this.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a trial scheduled. It got pushed back. Okay, thank you, Libra Moon. I vote for Scarlett for judge on Kohberger's case.
Oh yeah, that would.
They don't want me as a judge. My facial expressions would give it away. Honestly,
I think most of them would.
Yeah. So me and Ann wouldn't get along, and me and Jay Logson wouldn't get along.
That would actually be pretty funny to watch.
So I just don't like him. He's very cocky.
He is.
And yeah, we couldn't be in the same courtroom. Me, a judge, and him, a lawyer. It wouldn't work out. But anyway, so the judge should say on the 26th, that they can still pick it up. The Supreme Court can, but they do look back at the reasons why the district judge denied it, and hopefully, in this case, they will take into consideration his comments on why he has denied it. We're going on 15 months. There was already a trial scheduled. It got pushed back. And I think the judge even realizes that these are all stall tactics.
Well, yeah.
He
was a lawyer himself. I mean,
yeah,
works.
Right. And so I think he realizes that, and that is the reason why he is putting all this in there regarding the victims' families, how long it has been. He's throwing in about the previous trial date that we had. He's throwing all of that in there. He's throwing in about shit, I just lost my train of thought. Either way, he's putting all this in there, and I'm pretty sure he's hoping that the Supreme Court will not pick it up either, and then we can get on with the trial and get a date set and get this done and over with.
I agree with that. I think that's what he's doing too.
Chips and guac went right to my head. Hell, I'm still waiting on my dumplings, y'all. So, but we, like I was saying a minute ago, we still do have another hearing that'll be coming up. It was the one where she motioned for the change of venue, but she doesn't want it no sooner than the end of April of 2024. So May, June, somewhere around in there, there's going to be another hearing regarding that. I figured she was going to wait longer and use that as like her last ditch effort.
That one kind of did catch me off guard.
Yeah, I wasn't like when she talked about it the other day in the hearing, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna go for the change of venue. But when she said, I haven't filed it yet because I'm not ready for it to be heard, and then a week later she files it, I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it that quickly either.
Let's see. I got freaks wanting to see Justin's dad's head. Does it really show that, Avery?
Yeah, it really does. I told you. I warned you. I told her it was true.
Okay, so that's what it was that you were trying to send to me, was like the actual video of it?
Yes, of the first part of it. It's okay. It's bad, but it's not. I think you could look at it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that don't bother me.
It doesn't me either.
As long as I'm prepared for it and know what I'm going into, because, I'm kind of scared when opening videos now. I've been scarred. And Brandon, I agree. I honestly don't think a change of venue is, I don't know if it's a great idea. I mean, it's her trying to do what she thinks is best for the well-being of her client. but I don't think it's going to do any good. I don't think they're going to be able to find a jury no matter where they go, even if they go to a city with a larger jury pool. I don't think it's going to do any good, honestly.
I really don't.
I really don't. Um, it's just this is a just think about how huge it is in our nation, in the whole U.S. How big this case is, and it's globally known. Like there's a lot of people in other countries that are following this case very closely. Now think about just the state of Idaho and how close those people are keeping up with it. I just don't think they're going to find someone, no matter where they go in that state, that's going to be,
That doesn't have some sort of opinion one way or
right, that they're just going to be able to go in and sit on a jury and listen to all, and that's what we are supposed to do. You're supposed to go into it with an open mind, listen to all the evidence that's presented, and then based off the evidence that is presented to you, you're supposed to make a decision of guilty or not guilty, and not base it off of what else you've heard on social media, news, and all this and that.
well, I mean, going back to even the 17th, 18th century, or even before over in other countries and stuff, it's not that the people didn't know about it, even kind of form an opinion on it. The thing is to find people that have an open mind that can say, yes, yeah, I kind of, but I can sit there and listen and be fair with what I think. If something changes my mind, yeah. I mean, it's not that you have to find somebody that's never heard of it. You just have to find somebody that's fair and willing to listen.
That's able to sit there and listen
Right.
and put everything else that they've heard before this trial started on social media and news and all this and that. Because when they walk in and they sit on that jury, everything that they've heard before that, they've got to forget about all of that.
Yeah.
And they've got to listen and look at only the facts that are presented to them.
If it's not presented, it's not relevant.
And so I think it's going to be very hard for them to do. So I mean, I really don't think that it's going to do any good.
It might be hard, but I don't know that even if they brought it here, if people would not have heard of it, and have opinions. I think you could take it to Europe and they would still have.
Yeah, I mean, there would still be people that, no matter where they go, there's people that's heard about it. It's just getting that jury that is able to sit down and actually listen to the evidence and base their guilty or not guilty verdict off of the evidence alone.
Right.
Let's see if she
most people can do that.
Okay, so Elliot says if she wants a trial during summer because of the park. Okay, so Elliot, it was the state that wanted the trial during the summer based off the proximity of the courthouse, because of the high school and all that, and none of the kids would be in school during the summer. So let's see. Why not change the venue to one with the courthouse further away? Why not rent a circus tent?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a circus already. So I mean, yeah. I honestly, if they move it, I just don't think it's going to change the outcome.
I really don't either.
I really don't. I just, I don't think, let's just say they move it to Boise because that is a larger city. I don't think them getting a jury pool from Boise is going to get him a not guilty verdict. And I know that that's what she's hoping for, and being able to get that jury that can listen to the evidence. I think it's going to be hard to do it no matter where they go in Idaho.
Okay, it might be hard to do that, but maybe I have too high opinion of people. I don't know, but I honestly don't think it's going to be that hard to find people that can sit there and say, I will listen to both sides and forget everything that I've heard in the past. If it's not presented here, it's not relevant. I'm not going to worry about it. I think most people could do that.
Mm-hmm. This case is just, especially in a case that you involve the kids. You know what I'm saying? I think
no,
that's.
I could still do that. I know
I mean, I could go in. It's just we say we could. It's just those people in Idaho. This like there's no telling what all they've heard.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? And watching YouTube and Twitter and just all these social media platforms and watching the news and there's like their local news in their state and reading the newspapers and you know the discussions that they've had with other people that they know that and these people say, well, did you hear about this? And they're like, oh no, I didn't hear about that, tell me about it. And then they're talking about, it's just there's going to be a lot of different things that all these people have heard.
Yeah, well, we've got to figure out how to do it because it's not going away. It's only going to get worse.
Right. And that's why I said it's very important as a YouTube creator or just any creator on any platform that you put out only the facts and not run with the wild conspiracies that we've heard in this case.
Absolutely right.
And so because that can hurt a case. All right, Avery just sent that to me. That video.
2 minutes long. You don't want to play it for everybody though.
Oh no, because I'll have to watch it myself first.
Oh, you won't. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's no way you're gonna play it for anybody.
It's like I said, I only saw the. Where did my chat go? Good Lord. I only saw the picture on Twitter, and it was just the picture was pretty bad. Yeah, hold on, JC. Let me grab the link. I got to get back to my. I got to find my damn StreamYard. Hell. Okay, hold on. I've done minimize everything on my damn screen, y'all.
The other day we were watching this on my nail channel, which by the way, guys, you're gonna have to sub to my other channel. Okay, I had the manicures and murder. I never have liked that, and I'll tell you why in back chat. But
okay,
I was talking to my sister the other day, and I'm like, I have like a true crime nail salon, and I'm like, wait a minute, I like that one. I think it's gonna be true crime nail salon. So we're gonna have to go over there when we do this because this is actually a nail channel, and so I'll have to drop it so people can go over there.
okay.
Not tonight, but sometime. Because I'm like, I gotta but I need to talk to you. I need some advice on how to do that. So
Okay, yeah, just let me know. Wait, Dan, hold on. I'm looking for your. I just got my chat pulled back up. Hold on.
Well, thanks, Scarlett. You haven't even called me from the last time.
I know. I've been so busy. Literally.
It was not a big deal.
Okay. Wait, even the man on the moon is following this case.
This is true.
I wouldn't
even
doubt
the
it.
Martians on Mars.
Wouldn't doubt it. Honestly. Did you hear Ann Taylor to Brandon? Yes. Like the state was saying, what was that, 6 to 8 weeks, and then she comes out with this damn 12 to 15 week trial, and I like to fell out my chair. Like, what the heck? Where is she? She mentioned something about the 51 terabytes, and I'm thinking, are you going to use the whole 51 terabytes?
Hey,
are you going to talk about every single thing that was in those 51 terabytes at this trial?
Well, I told you guys at the very beginning, I thought it was going to be about 15 to 18 weeks. You guys thought I was funny. I was totally serious.
That is, oh my God, y'all. That is 12 weeks of Ann Taylor and Jay Logston.
Oh my gosh. I'm watching this Crumbly trial. That defense attorney is like horrendous.
I heard that
she's putting on a show for the jury for number one, but that girl is so unorganized. And just watch her, just watch one day and you'll be like, oh my word, would you just shut up. And
Well,
today
didn't
I was
she?
watching like day number 2 or 3 today. I don't remember. And I'm telling you what, she was asking, the judge kept helping her out. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, didn't she mention something about some YouTubers or TikTokers or something like that that was like talking about her?
Yeah. And Facebook, people on Facebook and stuff too.
Wouldn't she have time if she's representing a client in a case like this? When the hell does she have time to watch social media and see what people are saying about her?
Well, if I were her, I wouldn't be watching it myself. I would designate somebody to do that. She's got a team.
I mean, I wouldn't even worry about it.
I wouldn't either, but
You know,
she's
I would.
using that as a defense of, oh, they were scared. They weren't trying to actually leave and never come back. They were just trying to get away from everybody because they were scared and all of that's why she's bringing it up.
They literally ran, basically left
Mhm.
their child just to fend for himself,
Yep.
and the cops were searching for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Who are you guys talking about?
the Crumbly case.
Jennifer
Oh,
Crumley. I was
Ethan
just talking
Crumley's
about her
mom?
defense attorney is horrible.
Oh my god! I heard that trial's a disaster.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't even watched any of it. Like I was wanting to watch it and keep up with what they were saying in her trial versus the dad's, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be similar.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of those things I didn't have time, and I'm trying to get everything situated so I can get with Adam's trial coming up. That way I don't have anything else to worry about.
When is his?
Starts Tuesday on the 6th.
Oh my!
So yeah, they're supposed to start with jury selection.
Hey, JC.
Hi.
Did you do your live?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's right. I was there. That's
Yeah,
right. I was there and you weren't.
I know.
People see it. Wait, they're saying this Jennifer lady is not guilty? That's what Brandon is saying. A lot of people saying not guilty for Jennifer.
Not in the chat that I'm reading. I'm watching it on the on the trial on whatever it is, the Detroit or whatever it is. I'm watching it there. And I don't know. The chat is like really against her. Honestly, I think she should be held accountable.
I mean, they both bought the firearm for the son. They were called to the school that day and asked to bring him home because of the crazy shit that he was writing on his paper and drawing, and they refused. And then she gets up on the stand and says, "I wouldn't change a thing."
Yeah.
Bad. Like that was not a good statement on her part. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Okay, so wait. Shannon Smith said that her husband works in her office. I bet he watches social media. Yeah, I think she's guilty. She should be held accountable for what.
They both need to be held accountable. I'm sorry. There were so many red flags on this. And when you get text messages from your son saying there's things flying off, I hear voices and all of this business. This only happens when I'm alone and you guys aren't here or whatever. And it just,
like the cries for help were there and they didn't take them serious. And look what happened. How many people lost their lives in that?
Well,
that day,
there was 4 that was lost, and I think 7 wounded, something like that.
Yeah. Hold on, Tia. Yeah, let me grab the link for Tia.
Tia, I miss Tia. Is LFT coming up?
I don't know. I saw her in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I saw her.
Okay, and I don't know how I've missed Tia's comments a minute ago. Oh boy, talk about a close connection to the Oxford stuff. How did I miss her comments?
I didn't see it either.
What is up with? Oh, what is up with my my chat.
Oh yeah, she can talk about Oxford. Cool. Yeah, that case is like.
Let's see. And switch listening.
Now I'm only on day 3, so I will say this: I'm only on day 3.
Uh
Once
huh.
I watch all of it, I could change my opinion, but so far, no.
Oh, on Jennifer's.
Yes.
All right, let me get. Yeah. I don't know what the hell is up with my stuff tonight. I think I need to put everything on a different screen now that I don't have nothing else pulled up. That way I can maximize everything. Tia, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Hey, Tia,
I'd be doing all right if I could get my stuff situated here.
Miss Beautiful.
Okay, here we go.
Miss
All right.
JC, I've missed you. Hey, so do you want to talk about Oxford for a minute?
Okay, so what is the Oxford case? You may have to remind me.
That is the one we're talking about. The
Ethan.
So that's what they're called. Okay, I've been seeing it as Jennifer Crumley. So okay,
Well, it is. It
okay.
is the Jennifer Crumbley case now. Initially, it was the Oxford High School QQ.
Okay.
My connection and the reason that I cannot cover this case, and I just asked 2 nights ago, LFT is in the chat, she will tell you, my best friend and cousin works at Oxford. She was there.
So were they hurt?
My cousin? No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But she's not okay.
Oh well, no, I wouldn't imagine.
Trauma out you wouldn't believe. But yeah. she's physically okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is good that she physically is okay, but I do understand.
Yeah.
The emotional part of it.
It was one of those situations that I was. My husband was home from work. Well, it was during the illness time. So my husband was still working from home, and he said, "Did you watch the news?" And as soon as he said it, my entire body I knew.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I knew, but I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "What?" And he said, "There was I don't want to say the word, SHOO.
Mm-hmm. An incident."
And I looked at him, I said, "Where?" And he's like, "You already know, don't you?" And I was like, "Where?" And I made him say it. And he said, "Oxford." And I threw everything in my hands. I ran upstairs. I got on my phone. I called everybody I knew, both at the school, parents that I know whose kids go there.
Now, let me ask you this real quick, because I don't know what state you're in, but you're not close to where this happened, right? You're in a completely different...
I used to be. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
Hi, Wheel.
Is it in Michigan?
I'm from Michigan originally.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is in Detroit, isn't it?
It's more.
Or right outside.
It's not right outside. It's actually a pretty country town. So, no, it's not. If you look on a map, you'll see it's kind of northwest of Detroit.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful area. It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
So what did your friends say about it? Can you say?
Ask me a direct question. I'll tell you a direct answer.
There's
some stuff I can't talk about for sure 100%, but
does she think that the parent should be held responsible?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay. So
well, first and foremost, there's a lot that people don't know. Number one, when they talk about searching the backpack, like, why didn't Sean search the backpack?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why didn't Nick Ejax search the backpack?
Yeah, I had wondered that too.
It's illegal.
Why didn't they take him home? That's what I never understood.
Well, they didn't care to. It wasn't.
Hey,
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't care to.
Yeah.
But the GUN was not in the backpack, which is why when you see him strolling through the office area, why he's strolling through like without a care in the world, because they could have looked in his backpack and there was nothing there.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
I know you didn't. The school had to be reconstructed in a specific area for where he had it. And you'll figure it out because you know where he came out of and where he started all the action.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I'm understanding what you're saying.
And see, I didn't watch. I wish now I would have, but I didn't watch his trial.
I didn't,
I
either, but
I
I'm
hate
going to.
watching those types of trials.
I couldn't watch his trial. I hate him with a venomous passion, and he's a child. I hate
I heard
him.
I heard that statement he made though that he recorded.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
He lives down the street from my cousin. She couldn't go
Oh,
home that night
my.
because they were searching, like that whole. He rode the bus with her daughter. Okay, like I mean, we were talking.
That's super scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
From her house, I know where he lives. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a very small town.
Yeah.
It was premeditated.
Oh, definitely.
It was super premeditated.
Mhm.
He did ask for help, but he was also a sociopath. So
Yeah.
Did he have like any mental issues?
he's a sociopath.
You can tell he's
Yeah.
a sociopath. Hi, Eva. Hi, Willie. Hi, Tony.
How old is he?
Now, well, he was 15 at the time. 2 years ago, 17 now.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was a sentence
A
trial.
15-year-old?
Yeah.
I guess I forgot he was that young. Like,
Yeah.
that is insane.
Mhm. He
He had a lot against the school system.
But how can you have a lot against the school system at 15 years old? Like,
he didn't have a lot against the school system. He wanted to be famous.
This
Two
is,
different things.
but
Yeah.
this is true. But he also, put a lot in his manifesto or whatever.
did
About-
he like study, or was he obsessed with, or whatever, with Columbine?
No, actually, I don't. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that. I don't know what he wanted to do.
Or any other incidences?
Yes, I can, Vapor. I can tell that you can tell. All you gotta do is watch the kid for a few minutes. I'm
I wish I would have watched the trial. I hate watching trials
They
like
said
that.
it was a sentencing trial is all that it was. But I heard that what they played in court, and I watched him while they were playing it, and you could tell by that the kid, he had no emotions.
He doesn't have any emotions. Mm-mm. And I mean, to be fair, like, do you know about the animals and the birds that he placed in the school prior to?
No.
Yeah. So there was, deceased animals that he had decapitated, birds that he brought into the school.
Oh my God.
Was it the day before or 2 days before? Yeah.
Did the counselors know about that when they talked to the parents?
Did the counselors know what about
the
no
animals?
No, they didn't know who did it first. They didn't know who was with the birds. You mean they didn't know who that? No, nope. I mean, had he would have been expelled immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Vapor just put in the Oxford Pew Pew thing and
do Oxford High School.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll post the link in the chat.
It's that community is so well. It's a small community, but the school's huge. There's 1,800 kids that go to that school.
Wow.
Do they come from surrounding areas?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's why.
And the thing is with that particular area is that's a big hunting area. So kids have guns. It's not families have guns. It's not unusual there. And it's not unusual for kids to go hunting before school. Like my cousin has literally had to tell people, put your freaking gun rack down. Like, don't have that shit in your car.
Yeah.
Well,
And
see, and my
on-
husband,
like on
my
school
husband, when he
property.
was growing up, he used to do the same thing. I mean, it's like that's how we grew up. It's not a big deal. But if you know that your kids have, and then you go out and purposely buy him 3 firearms, what do you think's going to happen? They knew, because as soon as they heard, they went home and checked for that, because they knew somewhere in their heart and brain, they knew.
well, I knew before that, but I mean,
Well,
how
that's
many
what I mean. They
1,800 parents of 1,800 parents? How many of those parents texted their kids saying, "Don't do it"?
Right.
Yeah.
How many of those parents did that? None, except
Yeah.
one. And legitimately, in Sean's defense, which I will always defend Sean.
Is that his dad?
No, Sean is the counselor that tried to help him.
Yeah, he
Okay.
tried.
Sean was terrified the kid was going to kill himself.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they kept him in school, because they were afraid that if they sent him home with the things that he was looking up and the things that he was drawing and his behavior, that he was going to do something to himself. No, Eric, they don't, but they go to shooting ranges that are like 7-Elevens where you and I live. They're everywhere. And that's a big pastime, to go to the range before school, especially when late starts on Wednesday. And yes, I mean, actually, the answer to that is yes. Some people do hunt with that type. Just depends on what you're hunting.
Exactly.
I'm still here, y'all. I'm just looking for a video.
Yeah,
So-
it's
When they heard, that was their first thing, was they were afraid of the same thing, that he was going to unalive himself. Is that
she
correct?
initially thought that was the thing that, well, first of all, Dad was too busy delivering his DoorDash, and Mom
Right.
was too busy putzing around with her boyfriend and job.
Their horse.
Yeah, she had 2 horses.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh yeah, I heard. I did see today, and I don't know what day this was brought out, but her extracurricular activities that she likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about that today.
Yeah, and it was both of them. I mean, they liked extra hands on deck.
Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is.
Oh, are you kidding? Oh.
No, there's a whole.
I didn't know about the dad, but I didn't hear about that part. It was just like it was brought up about her and how she likes to swing.
Oh my
So
Lord.
does he.
Oh, see, I didn't know about that part, because I haven't been watching her trial either.
Happy wife, happy life.
I knew that she did. I didn't know about him.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh.
Now, it's not been told that he has any extra women yet. I don't know about that. But they definitely liked a few extras with their shake. They like extra fries with their shake.
Upside down pineapple thing. And that
Listen, I'm busy enough. Don't be adding and taking away. It's not a team sport, okay?
No.
Exactly.
It is not a team sport.
Sorry, I don't share.
So they were basically open.
No, they were not open, but they would go to a certain application on their phone and invite people to
Other
join.
people. Okay.
Online or in person?
I believe in person. Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Which I will say, I'm not judging the lady for that. If that's her thing, whatever floats her boat. But
Sorry, I'm judging her.
You know what I'm saying? She still should have been taking care of her kid and what he was going through, so these victims would still be here.
Ignoring your child.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but it is out now.
Yeah, the day that she left the counselor's office, I believe, was when she said to her friend that had the horse, she's going to go ride horses and get drunk.
No, actually, that was March 17th. That was
March 17th.
Yep. No, that's she. No, that wasn't that day. That was not that day. And I mean, it definitely wasn't that day. She didn't say it that day. She said she felt like she failed as a parent that day.
And a lot of
Can
other
I
things.
answer a question real quick?
That's probably what I'm Googling right now about what you're fixing to answer.
King Scarlet, it came up when I was in school for my nail tech, and I didn't know what that meant. So I'm sitting there like, what? I don't understand. And then when we went outside, I asked one of the girls, what are you talking about? Oh my God, that's what it means. So now I love pineapple, but I have a thing against pineapple stuff.
Dear God, y'all, the images that has been put in my head the last 3 days, this is another one. Dear Jesus, I shouldn't have looked it up.
No.
King Scarlet, it's your fault.
I was like,
Oh my God.
Just like Avery, I'm like, what?
I'm shutting Google down for tonight.
No clue. I wish I did not know.
I am not looking up nothing else on Google tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I wanted to cover this so badly, but
you wasn't able to.
You're too close.
No, I'm too close. Well, it's so funny you say that because I literally sent my best friend yesterday. It was just yesterday. I had a 2.5 hour conversation with her the other night. We talked about it. Yesterday I texted her and I said, I have a question. And she said, what's your question? And I said, I really want to cover this. And then before I could finish typing, I texted LFT and I said, I really want to cover Oxford. What do you think? And she said, oh, hell no. You are too close. You will, no. She's like, there is no objective. There is not, like, you will mother trucker everybody. It's just, no.
So, well, I mean, it was probably, especially with you having family there, it was probably best that you didn't, just for your mental health side of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I do. And I'm so glad that you brought it up. And that's why I flew up here, because
she wants to talk about it so bad.
I do want to talk, it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah, I get it.
And then at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of, Molly was shot in the arm. I've met Molly before. I won't say what my cousin's job was, but it's different now than it was. The school district is not backing them. It's an awful situation. It's really awful.
The school system's not backing them. They're not backing the students and the families?
No, the district is not backing the teachers.
Oh.
And the staff.
Oh, because I think I'm going to have to go to confession. I think she looked it up.
Wait, what?
I think she looked it up.
Who?
Margaret. She says, I think I'm going to have to go to confession.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not opening Google back up because I'm kind of glad now that I haven't watched the case or the trial.
Well, I haven't heard that they brought that part up yet.
But I do wish I would have watched Ethan's trial.
See, I tried.
Yeah, I mean, I understand from your point of view of it.
Some of the best people I know were not character witnesses, did the impact statements.
Yeah, and I can see where you're coming from, not being able to watch it. It would be too emotional for you.
Now, for some reason, the parents, it's more clinical for me.
Right.
And it's easier to watch the parents than I don't know why.
Well, I mean, he's the one that done it, but they're the ones that contributed to it.
But he's also a kid. I mean,
he is a kid, and I try to have grace and hold space for that. But I'll tell you what, it's really hard to hold grace and space when you've talked to people that day, that night.
He was so blatant about what he was planning on doing.
Well, when you hear that, like, for instance, my cousin had to make one of the notifications. Like, that will never go away. That will never go away.
So what do you think of Jennifer sitting there bawling?
Did he know?
What do you think of the defense attorney?
I think she's full of shit, and I love that Shannon Smith is her attorney, because do you know who Shannon Smith represented prior to this?
No, I have no idea. He's horrible.
Okay, so I want you to...
Or is that an act?
I want you to look up Shannon Smith and see who she represents, and then I will tell you that her former client was Larry Nassar.
Oh, I did know that.
Now, if you look on her website in big bold letters, it tells you exactly who she is and what she represents.
Ew.
Well,
there you go.
Ew.
Wait, who? Larry who?
Larry Nassar.
Why do I know that name?
Interview about how she's seen a walk right by her. Yeah, well, she's,
What?
Eric. What? Larry Nassar.
Oh, yeah, she's the one that did he was the Olympic doctor. So.
Mm-hmm. If you look at her website tells you exactly what type of clientele she caters to.
Well, that's the only one I need, but she's like, I don't know. I partially think some of this stuff she's doing is an act. So make such a big deal out of it. Oh, they give me all of these papers and I can't go through everything, and I'm like, oh my word, please do your job.
Well, I got a text today, and it was really funny, from said person I was speaking of earlier, and she said, "Did you watch Closing?" And I said, "Yep." And she said, "Just want to let you know, think her kids are mortified. They're in a neighboring school." And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Like the way she spoke about her closing arguments today, I couldn't tell if we were talking about her or Jennifer Crumb.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tia,
Larry Nassar is a nasty dude.
I have a question, Tia.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Do you think that he knew right from wrong?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he knew
100%.
Isn't that like a main question that they always ask is, at the time of the act, did you know right from wrong?
No, he knew for sure.
He absolutely knew.
He was 100% with it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
He planned this for quite a while.
Pre-planned it. Long time. Knew exactly.
And you know, like I say, like I want to give it the excuse that he was a kid. But
I know.
It comes down to, do you know right from wrong?
Yeah, and when he was in his like little manifesto thing, I don't know what else to call it but in that he was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk in and I'm going to go here and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. He had it all lined out exactly what he was
Well, and if you saw,
But Tia,
I know how much they've shown, but
I will say this.
him walking through the school is very calm. I'll tell you the story about that too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, the Columbine kids, they had it planned too, but the thing is he, like, Ethan didn't turn on himself in the end. He's still with us.
No, he said, I'm going to go to jail for this, but I don't care.
The Columbine kids, they turned on themselves.
No intention of self-harm.
No.
He what?
He had no intention of self-harm.
Are you serious?
He said, I know I'm going to go to jail for this, but I don't care.
He didn't care about anybody that he hurt, whether it was his family, victims' families. Nope, he didn't care.
I mean,
He
it
has
was cold
no
blooded.
remorse.
I mean, it was really cold blooded.
Well, in Columbine, they acted very selfishly as well because they turned on
Yeah, but
themselves in the end. But
hi, Thistle.
So when you were talking about the vice principal, and that's what made me think of it, when the police went in, they were looking for an individual, but they really didn't have a description. They didn't really know who they were looking for or what they were looking for. And even with the cameras and stuff like that, it's very chaotic. And getting 1,800 kids out of school and walking a mile to the closest safe place, which is what they did, it was chaotic. And it was also all hands on deck. So you had police officers coming from all kinds of different areas. And just basically all they knew is there was an active situation, active meeting still happening. And I mean, they heard what was going on when they walked in the school. You could still hear active things going on. Mm-hmm. So when they were able to, when the police were going in and searching for him, they saw this kid, and there were still kids around. I mean, trying to get out, hiding and behind locked doors and stuff like that. But initially, when the police went into the school, he came out and he laid his weapon of choice down, and he got on his knees and he put his hands behind his back, and the police walked past him. They didn't know it was him.
oh wow,
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that you wasn't able to cover it. But I also see the point in why you wasn't able to as well.
This kid practiced so much that his actions, the way he unloaded the clips, the way he loaded them, and all of this, and even now, I don't know if this is true or not, Tia, but what I heard was, and I think I heard it in her trial actually, was that when he basically surrendered to them, he took the clip out before he handed them or set the gun down. Is that true? Because they were saying, I mean, that right there is something that somebody that has been
He
trained
was
in firearms would do.
incredibly well trained. It was a passion of his and his dad's.
this is just mind-boggling at 15.
I know. And here's the thing, like, not unusual up there. Shooting ranges everywhere.
Yeah.
Throw a stick and it's not unusual. But
It's okay. So it's like it is where I live, because I live out in the country as well. And
yeah,
a lot of kids starting at a very young age go hunting with their parents.
yes.
They learn how to shoot at a young age, but it should never be anything that you, to a point that a parent goes and buys their child who is under 18 that type of firearm and then turns them loose by themselves with it.
Well,
it's a thing that should always be only the child with the parents.
Agreed.
And that is it. No other time. You lock it up. You do not leave it sitting out in your house.
Okay, let's talk about that. Did you hear what the code was for the lock?
Yep. 0, 0,
No.
0, 0.
They never changed it from the factory setting, which was 0, 0, 0.
Oh my lord.
So
the thing of it is, the dad's going to get in trouble for that too, because you can't go like buy a gun for somebody else and put it in your name. It's illegal.
That's called a what is it? It's straw buy, I think is what it's called.
Well, like did you see the video of the dad taking him into the store and saying, "This is what he's had his eye on"?
Mm-hmm.
See, they shouldn't have never allowed him to buy it then.
No, they shouldn't have.
Honestly. Now, I mean, I will say this: we have firearms. Just about everybody in the state of Louisiana does. We have them in our house. I have a 24 and a 23-year-old that lives in my house. My stuff stays locked up, even though they're grown ass men. It still stays locked up. It's
Right.
just a simple fact of the safety issue. You don't leave, no matter how old a child is in your house, you don't leave nothing like that sitting out. And if you get a new case to put them in, you change the law, the code to it. So nobody but you knows it, or your spouse knows it. And that's it. Especially a 15-year-old who had the issues that he had. And that's the reason why
How
I
old?
fully think that they should be held accountable. His parents should be.
Yeah.
How old do you have to be in Michigan to legally have a weapon?
Do you know? I don't know that. Probably,
It's usually either
probably
18
21.
or 21.
Or
Usually it's
21, yeah.
Is it 18
Probably
or
21.
21 usually?
I think here it's 21 in Canada.
I actually don't know the answer to that because I don't.
But it ain't 15.
No.
No. Because
Okay.
when you buy a firearm, whoever buys it and pays for it, it has to go in that person's name. So, like she was saying, you cannot go. That's like if I have a sibling who has a felony, and so they cannot themselves buy a firearm and legally put it into their name. I cannot go buy the firearm, put it into my name, and then give it to my sibling, knowing that they cannot legally own it. I can't.
Right.
That's illegal, and that's what they done. They bought this for their 15-year-old kid, and then they turn him loose with it.
I'm
So,
noticing
like,
that a
let's
lot of
say,
felons have weapons, though.
JC, let's say he was going in there buying it for Jennifer, okay? He still can't do that. He would need to bring Jennifer in. She would have to show her ID, and they would have to put it in her name.
So they have to have an ID.
Yes.
So
Because they have to run background checks.
Yes, that's like all of my stuff. Anything that I own is in my name. Anything that is my husband's is in his name. That's just how it is, And then that way, if I'm, let's say, hunting and I come across a game warden and he wants to run it, it comes back in my name.
Right.
Nobody else's. And that's the same thing with my husband. And that's how it should be. If you want something for yourself, you put it in your name. If you're a convicted felon, touch shit, you can't have it. And these people as parents should have had a better judgment than to turn a 15-year-old loose with a firearm, especially the stuff that he has done. Like I've seen some of the videos that he did with the animals and shit like that. They knew something was going on.
They did.
It's called
They
parental
absolutely
failure.
did.
She was talking about getting on the horse. It wasn't that day after drinking, but yes, she did talk about getting drunk and riding her horse.
But that was the night that he was texting her all of that. Things are flying off the shelf. I thought I heard somebody in the bathroom. This stuff only happened.
That was St. Patrick's Day.
Is he the one that said he heard voices?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, and didn't he write that on his paper or his test or something like that? That the voices won't leave him alone, or something to that effect about voices. Ethan did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew, and that's why.
Here's the thing. What he did was so horrific, though, and how cold and
unfeeling.
I mean, there's times in my life, I'm sure we've all had times, and I'm not, there's times in your life where you say to yourself, God, I wish I couldn't feel this right now. I wish I couldn't feel this. But he truly couldn't feel.
Yeah.
And what he did to those kids was awful.
And honestly, like, I hope, and this is for anybody who hurts anybody, especially kids, I hope he is haunted by the screams of those kids in that school that day. I hope when he lays down at night and closes his eyes, I hope it haunts him.
I don't think it will.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett has zero toleration for hurting of kids.
I don't. If you go through, I don't care if you're an adult and you hurt a kid. I don't care if you're a kid and you hurt a kid. If you hurt a child,
You have
I
like
have no.
zero tolerance
I
for
I
that,
don't.
you?
I don't.
If he got the DP, it wouldn't bother me
No,
because of what he did.
exactly.
I just
agree. I
it,
agree. And I really wanted, like I said, I wanted to hold space and grace. But I, when you hear and you talk to and I can't even console because the trauma was so much.
Mhm.
And then you hear you hear the stories that the media puts out.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we had a conversation about the other night was, my God, they have it so freaking wrong. They couldn't get it right if you handed them a piece of paper with the writing on it.
Really?
Oh my God. Well, yeah. I mean, where the weapon was stored. Problem number one. I happen to know differently.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't in their room. They
Um,
probably put it in their room.
It was more than likely in his room. If it was bought for him and they let him run like
Yeah.
a wild ass banshee with firearms, it was more than likely in his room.
Yeah, exactly.
the kid was an inconvenience to them. He was the oopsie kid. I would never. I don't care if I did have an oopsie kid. I don't. But if I did, I would never in a million years say it.
No, God, no.
And I certainly wouldn't say it to that kid.
Right.
And there's parents that will do that because they don't care. You know,
I think, I mean, that just confirms to just listening to what I've listened to so far, both parents seem very self-involved.
I just don't understand how they cannot be held responsible. I guess.
well,
I'm
what
trying
is
to see how they're gonna get out of this, and I just don't.
I don't think they are.
No,
I
I
just
don't.
no matter which way you swing it, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
Well, this is an
That
important
much-
one. They're setting the precedence here. So
well, it's about damn time, Kia.
I agree. I'm 100.
Yeah.
Parents to be responsible for
Because
what their
isn't
kids
she
do.
the first? She is the first
Yeah.
parent who went on trial
For
that is a parent of a
school
case like this.
incident.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
100%.
So
Yes.
they're gonna set the boundary in future cases of when this happens, and parents can be held responsible. Parents need to keep up with their kids and what their kids are doing.
I agree.
That's the bottom line.
But see, my kids will tell you, I was at my kids' school every day. Like, I was a helicopter mom. I was.
And I did.
Ask my daughter how I am, and she don't even live here anymore, and she's 21.
I was in
My
pre-K
baby
and
just turned
kindergarten
18.
and first grade. I was there all the time, making games, doing things, being around my kids.
I did it through high school. My daughter went to an all-girls school.
Well,
I
I
was more popular
homeschooled
than she
after
was.
that.
Ask her; she'll tell you.
I pulled.
Were
I
you
pulled
friends?
them out.
Did you make friends with her friends, Kia?
They knew me. No, I wasn't the cool mom.
I was gonna say,
I
were you the
definitely
cool
had
mom?
friends at the school. Like, I was friends with all of the teachers, administration, parents. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
from the time that my kids were young until high school.
Yeah.
Mine, I pulled out after that 9 weeks. I pulled them out and I homeschooled them.
Well, I did. I pulled my daughter graduated in 2020, that was a whole nightmare because they really didn't graduate.
Yeah.
She did her first year of college. We paid for full tuition for her first year of college so she could take it from her bedroom. That was awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they don't give you a break on that. That was a bummer. That was a real bummer.
Did they charge you more?
And no, but it was enough. But when my son went back to, he started high school. He graduated the 8th grade in 2020, and so he went into high school. I think the first year he didn't go. His freshman year he never went because they were still schooling from doing the whole thing, and then his sophomore year They wore a mask the entire time. It was super hard to make
Oh,
friends.
gosh. Hard.
And the end of sophomore year, he was miserable. And I was like, okay, you want to do this from home? And he was like, yeah. Plus his school was an hour away and he had to get up at 5:30 in the morning. And like, he didn't, he missed his friends that he hung out with on a daily.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I never thought about that until this happened with him and how important mental health is for our kids in school.
Yeah. See, mine were always around other kids, always around. They were around their friends all the time. So that wasn't.
As soon as we pulled him out and homeschooled him, where he got to hang out with his friends, he was a new person.
Yeah.
New person, which was great. But now I only have adult children. What's that like, you guys?
That's all I've got now. My daughter just turned 21. And I'm like I said, just ask her how I am. If I text her within 5 minutes and she doesn't answer me back, I will blow her phone up. And she's like, Mom, I'm fine. Or I will pull up wherever I can find out where she's at. I will pull up if I have to. I'm just that crazy mom.
My daughter's in New York this weekend.
Oh, I would have a heart attack.
They're going to a play. And so I'm monitoring the 360. Like, my life depends on it.
Oh my
I would have a heart attack if my daughter went to New York. For real.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I would be like stalker mode. I would be going to New York City with them and they just wouldn't know it.
My daughter my in-laws used to live outside of New York City in New Jersey, right outside. And what they would do is take our kids on experiences like, going to plays and stuff like that really, really young and take them into the city. So she knows how to behave. She knows how to put her bus face on, her train face on, look straight ahead, pay attention to your surroundings. She knows how to do that stuff. But that doesn't mean that she's not an idiot.
Happen.
Yes. She's still dumb. She's still my kid.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be like that nowadays, though.
It's
crazy in this world, and you don't know what'll happen because it's not just little bitty kids that are getting taken; it's grown ass adults that are getting taken.
Just wait until you have grandchildren.
Wait, why? What's that like?
It's worse.
Is it really?
It's way worse.
Yeah. I'm too young for grandkids right now, so I don't want to think about that right now. Okay.
Yeah, it's way worse.
I'm too cute for grandchildren. I'm old, but I'm too cute.
Oh my gosh, you're so too cute.
Doesn't matter. They're going to come when they come. And I'm telling you, when it happens, you talk about paranoia. Oh my God. Yeah. It's bad.
I can't have some kid calling me granny.
I mean, my grandma was more like my mom than my mom was.
I'm not granny.
What do they call you?
Homie.
Okay.
Hey, I can tell you, all right, that is a serious thing that I have actually thought about. Is like when my kids have kids, what are my grandkids going to call me?
Thank you, Scarlett.
Because I don't want to be a mama or a grandma or a mama. I want the cool name. I don't want something that I had that for my grandparents.
Our kids called my mom and dad Nina and Papa.
Okay, so Avery is called Glamma.
I still have a hard time with the fact that Avery is a grandmother. Like,
I know that's crazy, ain't it?
I've not seen proof of that, and I think she's.
I have. No, I have. She does have a grandbaby.
Just cannot be possible.
She has a very adorable grandbaby.
The grandbaby is adorable.
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to come up with some cool name. I don't know what
just
yet.
Just look up different names on Google, different names for grandma and grandpa on Google.
Because I don't want.
I think we're going to be on a first name basis. They're going to call me Tia.
No, you don't want that. Honestly, I'm telling you, when they're born, you really don't care anymore.
I know.
You just want them to call you, period.
Oh,
but it's still got to be a cute name, though, Lady D.
My kids.
It does.
I can't imagine having grandchildren and being in love with them too. Like, I'm so.
People say this. I never understood it, but it is honest to God's truth, and you'll find out when you have a grandchild. You think you love your kids more than anything in the world, but once you have grandchildren, Nah.
If you
Then
have
you know
a
what
No,
love is.
Avery, and I've seen, but I still don't believe it because you're very young. I
grandma,
don't know. I think you're catfishing me with the grandma thing.
But see, I don't have any nieces or nephews because I'm an only child.
Mhm.
So I didn't get to experience the whole cool aunt thing. So I got to be the cool grandma
Oh
once
yeah.
it ever happens. I'm just not. I'm not old enough for it yet.
Oh, we're the
I'm
cool
the cool aunt.
grandparents.
I'm the fun aunt. Everyone would like.
Scarlett,
I'm
my
also the
grandma,
crazy aunt.
Scarlett, my grandma was a grandma at 37.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
you don't have to be old.
I mean, yeah, there's girls that I went to school with that, I'm 43 right now. We're all the same age, and like 10 years ago they become a grandma, and I'm just like, holy hell.
Oh, Lord.
That
Mm-mm.
is
See, that's
like,
a little.
which they become a mom at like 15, 16. So,
Right. Well,
it,
that's
it
what.
made
I mean,
them
my
young when
grandma
they become a grandma. But
My
I was
grandma
just
was
like,
a
oh
young
shit,
mom
that's too
too.
young.
My grandma was a young mom, and then the boys had us pretty young too. So
Hmm.
yeah, but my
I
grandma and
was.
grandpa, were grandma, mama, and papa.
It's 100 times worse. Oh goodness, geez, things I can't wait for. Um, yeah, me too, Summer. I like the aunt thing. The aunt is fun. I can get the kids into trouble and send them off. It's really fun.
That's the good thing about grandkids too. But I have to say though, I'm like, if it's something important, it's like, you go whatever your mom and dad say, that's what's gonna be. But you can do some of that where you're like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, my mother-in-law was, well, first of all, I have the best mother-in-law. No, and she does not watch this. Like I'm not paying, and she has no idea. But like I have cool in-laws. Thank God, because she did not have that. I think that's why she's a good mother-in-law. She didn't have a good experience. Um, but she would always say to me, we will follow your rules
Oh
until,
yeah.
until they're in my house without you there. And then she'd say, then we're following their rules.
Well, okay, I'm gonna have to remember that one whenever I have grandkids
Mhm.
because, yeah, my kids already know what's up though when they have kids.
My grandma's
Like
always. My
the
grandma always said.
grandbabies are not gonna do nothing wrong.
No. Well,
Exactly.
No.
son, here's a funny story. I'll tell you two funny stories about my son when he was little. When I have, let's see, my son was 18 months old, and I fell skydiving. I really didn't. I fell off a curb in broad daylight. I always tell people that I was skydiving because it's much more interesting. And I fell off a curb in broad daylight at 10:30 in the morning
Oh.
at a church of all places,
Oh my
picking up my
gosh.
daughter, and I broke both my feet.
Oh my
Ooh.
Both
word.
what?
I
Her
broke both
feet.
my feet. I
Oh my
just
gosh.
stepped off the curb wrong and just rolled one ankle and went to catch it with the other and rolled that one and just it was a mess. So my son being 18 months, my mother-in-law said, let us take him for a couple of weeks. And my kids had never been away from me, never. And she said, let me take him for a couple of weeks and it'll make it easier for you to heal. Your daughter's a little bit older, she can help around, whatever. Okay, fine. So they take him. He's there. They had just bought all new furniture for their family room. All beautiful new furniture.
Oh my gosh.
My
I can
kid's
see that.
there 24 hours, bumps his head on the table and needs like a stitch. You know how little kids are. Corners of tables, bumps,
Oh yeah.
that table, I am not kidding you, and my husband will attest to this. That table was brand new and sat in the garage for 18 years. From the day that they bought it, when he hit his head, that table went in the garage and stayed in the garage for 18 years. And she bought one of those leather tufted like ottomans to put.
Mm-hmm.
So in
Mm-hmm.
case the kids came over, if they hit, there would be no sharp.
Oh
Yeah.
Nope.
my gosh.
Yeah. So that table was like one of the glass, heavy wrought iron tables.
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious. I was like, you can put the table back when he's not there.
Oh my gosh. And she never did.
Never. Never. She got rid of that thing. That thing was evil.
Yeah.
It hurt the baby.
Her baby.
So
Yeah.
I mean, if something hurts
My
the baby, you got to get rid of it.
Yep.
Yeah. My grandma always told me that she'd spoil me until I was rotten,
Mm-hmm.
and then she wouldn't spoil me no more.
Oh, Margaret. Oh, I love that.
See, I missed out completely on the whole aunt thing. And I would have been a hell of a good aunt too.
Oh, we're awesome. Our nieces and nephews are more like our kids than, especially the ones that are close to our kids' age. They
Mhm.
were over here all the time.
I mean, I like raised my 3 kids, and then I had younger cousins that
Mhm.
basically stayed at my house all the time, and I pretty much raised them too. And but I still like I always wanted to have a niece or nephew. And damn it, I never got to have one because my parents just thought that I was just like the perfect child, and so they stopped at one.
Well, you were.
So I can't really blame them for that, but I still would have loved to have had a brother or sister.
Now,
You
see, we
can't
had the
see
go-karts
perfection,
and the
Scarlett.
paintball guns and the pool and all of that business. So we were like, our house was the one to come to.
Oh, you had the fun house.
I did.
Yeah,
I made
that's
sure
what
my kids wanted to
our
be.
house is the landing pad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Elsie's got 10 spoiled grandkids.
Oh, Elsie, that's
Wow.
awesome.
I got 11.
Do
Do
you
you
really?
really?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's really cool.
It is really cool. I know what I'm talking about grandparenting, that's for sure.
Clearly, I still stand by Scarlett and I are too cute to be grandparents.
I'm telling you, we're too
Well-
young. And Tia, I don't know how old you are, but we're too young and we're too cute. So,
I'm way older than you, girl. I'm 54.
I was 45.
well, that's not. That's
My
not
grandmother
old.
was 42 when they made her a grandmother. She was not happy. She was so mad.
Oh my god.
Oh, I was
And
30.
Avery, that is true because I do call myself Auntie Scarlett to Jaden. So I do have Jaden. So
And baby Joe.
yes, and Betty Jo's little grandbaby. So
Oh,
I'll just take all of y'all's kids and they can be my nieces and nephews. That's what I'll do.
that's what you do. Well, I just want to thank you for my therapy session.
Oh, no
You're
problem.
welcome.
You were welcome up here anytime.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
appreciate that.
I always enjoy talking to you.
Yes,
I enjoy talking to you too. And GC, you know I love you.
Hey, Courtney.
Tia, is there any updates?
On Rachel,
Yeah.
none that I can talk about, unfortunately. There will be, but none.
Getting
No,
close. Just to answer, are they getting close?
one hopes.
Oh.
I hope. I hope. I would say let's all just say our prayers and stay tuned for the next little bit.
Yeah, because like they need to get that case solved. For real.
I know.
Okay, how were the kids? How did they enjoy their Christmas?
Oh my God, you guys, are you kidding? I didn't tell you about this.
No.
I
They-
know, but I don't think they do.
Okay, so I took everything. I met Matt at the trail. And it was cold as hell. And he had gotten some stuff. He had gotten some flowers and stuff, and he was gonna go leave it in the tunnel. But it was so freaking cold, and it was getting dark so fast. So we wound up leaving it at the trail. We're leaving the flowers and stuff at the trailhead. But I gave him the gifts, and we talked for about an hour outside, just caught up. And then I got pictures. He sent me pictures and videos of the kids enjoying their gifts. They loved everything. They were so shocked, so grateful. They had no idea this big world even knew about them, let alone sent them gifts from makeup artists and just making blankets for them, and just they were so in awe. That's the only word I can. Just appreciative and grateful, and God, they're good. They're just good kids, and
That is so wonderful.
they enjoyed the heck out of Christmas. they are so, I mean, they have said thank you so many times. Gratitude, like they truly have a lot of gratitude for what we've done. And I just want to remind everybody that we're going to continue doing this for birthdays and such. And I'm not, of course, any penny that's raised, I will show everybody where it goes, how it gets there, just like we did. But we were able to get a gift card for $150, which the kids collectively had said they didn't want it split up. They wanted one child to have it for clothing.
Right.
And so that's what we did. We gave it to that one child. And, oh, God, just so happy. Of course, they miss their mom. And hate the drama that's going on. They know what's going on with all the drama. They're very
those poor babies.
The older two are
probably well aware of what's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but it's it's none of it's bad. None of it's bad, and they are so grateful to you guys. And specifically, I want to shout out KK because she sent a box of just amazing things for all of the kids. Barbies and high quality makeup, beautiful stuff. And I got my special little gift from her too, which was such a surprise and so lovely. My hair, thanks to you. But it was just awesome. It was
good that they were able to smile for a little while anyway.
Yeah.
I had that dreaded, awful illness that was, going around.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of down in the mouth and I wasn't very celebratory. I got those videos and I cried happy tears. It was one of the best Christmases I've had.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving.
Right. It's always better to give.
It is.
It really is.
And you know what? They don't know anything about us. They have no idea who we are. They don't know our names.
They don't need to. They just need to know
people out there that were kind to them, and that's what they know.
Yeah.
And I love that. I freaking love that. And I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of that with you guys.
Oh,
I'm really grateful. But yes, they had a wonderful Christmas, and I'm hoping that we can have more occasions where they can get together and be together and have fun times.
Yeah.
Matt works really hard trying to keep them, get them together.
Yeah, it's sad that they're not in the same house.
It is.
Do they live close together, though?
No. I mean, they live within the state. It's not close.
Are they didn't I hear that they're all within 2 hours though?
Yes, they are. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So they're relative. I mean, I know some people's, perception of close is different than others, but for me, 2 hours is close.
Yeah, 2 hours is nothing.
I agree with you. Some people think that 15 minutes is close, so I don't know how to judge.
Yeah.
Because I'll drive. I don't care.
I lived in the country my whole life. I mean, you have to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And we judge stuff by minutes here.
Yeah.
5 minutes up the road versus 3 hours up the road.
Yeah.
But either way, it doesn't it's good that they had a good Christmas after everything that they went through and has experienced in their first Christmas without their mom. And it's awesome that people who don't even know them but know their story was able to come together and help them have this good Christmas.
Yeah.
Because, you don't find a lot of people in this world nowadays that's willing to help someone else.
Well, and with the drama going on with the GoFundMe happening right around Christmas, it was a bit of a deterrent. It's tough to get people reeled in to buy gifts when they think that you're scamming them. So it, it was a little bit of a battle, but what's the phrase? Dark light always comes after the dark, or you're always whatever that I can't think.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Beyond tired right now, and I can't think, but basically the truth always comes out, and I was just great. I mean, the bottom line, I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful to the real ones in the true crime community.
Mm-hmm.
The real ones. Those are the ones that, that kept sharing the message, that purchased gifts, that donated money, that donated time, that did whatever. I just super grateful, super duper grateful. And that's something that I will never, I won't forget that. I won't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
So
there are some awesome people on YouTube.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I never, ever, ever want to take credit for this idea because it was Wheels.
Yeah, but it was
Wheel was the one who had the idea. And I never want to take that from him because that was such a great idea. And I'm just thrilled that I got to be part of it. And I know that's such a Miss America answer, but I really do mean it. Like, I swear, I promise you, it was so cool to see those videos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, that is awesome news.
Yeah. And it happened to be from a little girl who loves to sing. So if you can just imagine that. She loved to sing Taylor Swift, and I got happy kids just dancing and swinging our hips to Taylor Swift, and I just burst into tears. It was amazing. So thank you to everyone who was a part of that. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you guys earlier. As you can hear, it chokes me up. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
The thing of it is I think hopefully, this terrible, terrible thing happened to these kids' mom.
Mm-hmm.
And with people responding the way they did, hopefully it will give the kids an optimistic look of the world, of not everybody's bad,
Well, that's my hope.
Right.
And I thought keeping it anonymous, obviously for safety reasons first and foremost safety. But secondly, I want them to know that there's people out there that do care.
Yeah.
And you don't have to know them, that it's okay. You can have differences of opinion. You can be different. You can even not like each other. But you can be nice to people and you can still do nice things. And
right.
I don't know. I'm really fingers crossed that there'll be some changes. But I don't have anything new to report. In fact, I asked if we could just go live. Can I just put the timeline out? Because we actually have the most accurate timeline. And the answer was a resounding no. You can't. So,
oh wow.
And it doesn't, and to be fair, the timeline doesn't make a difference. That's why I asked. I said, can we, since it doesn't make a difference, can we put it out? And it was like, no, you really shouldn't. And there's been stuff that's been leaked, but the full timeline is definitely not out there. And I never, like I said before a million times, I never want to do or say anything that's going to affect this case in any way.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Definitely not.
Because I'm going to court. I'm going to the courthouse for this one. This is when I'm sitting. If I can get in, I'm sitting. I'm sitting in there.
Yeah. I mean, those kids, and the families, like the family as a whole, they need to know who did this, and this
Absolutely.
person needs to be brought in and held accountable for what they did.
They need to answer for their
Yeah,
well,
their
and they need to
actions,
get off
yes.
the street too, because they're
Yes.
really, really super duper dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Rachel's had a positive effect on my life. I wish I could have known her when she was alive, because I suspect that she probably would have had a pretty big, left a pretty big thumbprint on my heart then. But getting to know her now has been pretty cool, and just keeping her in the news. Sorry, what case and timeline? We are talking about Rachel Morin's case and timeline. The real timeline has never been released. And I don't know why, because it was a random act, and where she was that day and what she did that day didn't have anything to do with her being attacked.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to read something. Yes. Hopefully there will be movement in her case here soon rather than later.
JC always asks me, though. I get the messages, and she always asks me when I'm on panel, and I'm really grateful that you guys ask. And I love that dog.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's Eva.
She's amazing.
I don't know where Willie's at. Where is? Oh, there he is,
I
beside
see
of
him.
her.
Hello, dog.
Eva's kind of like our channel mascot. Like
Is
she
she?
just, yeah, he'll put the camera on her when he's on panel, and she just hangs out.
I think he comes up here just to let her hang out with us all.
Yeah, she doesn't act up.
Aw.
She just sits there.
So can I ask you one last question on this?
Me?
Yes.
Of course. Ask me anything you want. I don't know if I can answer, but I can try.
Yeah, I don't know if you can answer, even if you know this, but that guy that, essayed that girl,
Mm-hmm.
is that who they're thinking still that did this? Are
The
they
one
still
in
looking for?
California?
Yeah, are they still looking for him specifically?
100%.
Wow. And how can nobody know who this person is?
Well, they do know who he is. They just haven't said.
Oh, well, good for them.
So, well, no, I mean, I don't mean, hold on. I think I don't think I answered that properly. People in his family, his friends, if he has friends, I don't know who he is. They haven't come forward yet.
And they're probably not.
Yeah, I don't think they will either.
So
did
I think I answered that
know?
incorrectly. I didn't want to give you the wrong
So
answer.
law enforcement still doesn't know who he is, right?
Not to my knowledge. No.
Okay.
Not to my
That
knowledge.
was kind of my question.
Yeah.
And what's scary about this guy is that he's made it obvious that he can pop up anywhere
Yeah.
and do what he did and be out of the area and the police not realize that it's him. And thank God that his DNA was left in Rachel's case.
Yeah.
And they were able to go back, and find this video way out in California, but at least we have somewhat of a description of this man. He just needs to be found before he pops up somewhere else and does it again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I think he will. I mean,
I do too. I mean, yeah, I do too. And that's what's scary. You don't know, is he with some type of a job that travels, or is he a truck driver? He's just, how is he getting from California out to where Rachel was, and from Rachel to another destination where he can run across another innocent female.
That far away.
Yeah, that's what is very scary, because it obviously the girl out in California, she was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
He has no preference, it sounds like. he don't care the
That
age
was
or
my
anything
biggest
else.
problem. That was my biggest problem, was trying to figure out victimology.
Mm-hmm.
And from a very young girl to a beautiful 37-year-old voluptuous woman, I didn't really understand how we could. I don't think it matters.
No,
I
he
was gonna
doesn't have
say-
a preference. It doesn't look like.
I was going to say, I think maybe they were, opportunistic.
I think you're
Mhm.
absolutely right. And I think that's what Rachel was. I say I think because I don't know. But from what I understand, from what I've heard from law enforcement, etc., this was a random act. As far as no, he planned. It was random as far as her.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, Ted Bundy's was the same way. I mean, it's an opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And that opportunity, we don't know when or where he's going to get the next one.
No.
And if it's going to be a child or if it's going to be a grown adult, is the next one going to be a guy or a boy? Like, because we've only know of a young girl and a grown woman, but
Mhm.
is that where he stops at? Like, or does he just not have a preference whatsoever?
Yeah, we don't know. Oh
Yeah.
my God, look at that little face. That was the best timing ever.
She's like, oh my God, the camera again in my face.
Hi, pretty girl. Yeah, it's really sad. And I think and hope, I mean, I've said this before, watching older cases, but I think that Rachel is going to be the one to solve this. The DNA was found on her. I think
Mhm.
she's going to be the one that solves this case. I think she is going to be the one. Um,
I hope.
us.
I hope and I hope that this guy does not find the opportunity to do this again.
Oh God, me too. I don't want anyone to suffer through this.
Mm-mm.
I really don't. And that's the thing about true crime. We love it because we're obsessed with it, but at the same time, you never want it to happen because it's
No.
awful.
It's very heavy. That's
It
why
is.
there's a lot of times I have to take off because just the mental part of it. It's very heavy.
What do you do? I'm genuinely asking this because we've been taking off a lot too.
Usually, like whenever I just take off, I usually take off on nights that there is something that I absolutely have to do that night, whether it's helping my daughter with something, we've got company, anything like that. And I usually try to use that time to take off, so I'm not taking off on a night that there is actually something that needs to be discussed. But I mean, I think honestly, every creator who is in the true crime community should take a night or two off. It's the stuff we talk about and the stuff that we read and we see. It's very heavy. It's very. I'm trying to think of like the right word to explain it.
No, I think heavy is exactly the right word. I mean, the things that we look up and study, really law enforcement does it, and funeral homes. That's about it.
Yeah.
You don't really, I mean, I don't know. None of my friends that I grew up with, unless they're officers or doctors, look up crime scene photos for fun.
Right.
Um,
and it's very depressing at times.
It is. And that's what I was wondering what you do, because sometimes it gets, I'll be honest with you, I love the research. I don't love going live. I despise going live, if you want to know the truth, but I love doing the research. And I love researching with LFT specifically. Like that's what gets my blood going. Like we get, excited, and you start pulling that string and you get out, oh, this is fun.
Right.
But then after a while you're like, Jesus.
Yeah, it wears on you mentally.
Do you guys live near each other?
No, she lives states away.
No. Have you ever met in person?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I spent last New Year's Eve with her. I was there in August, and I was there just before Thanksgiving this year. and I'm probably going to head down, I don't know, in a month or so when it warms up a little bit.
Very cool. Look at Eva. She's like, here I am.
She's adorable.
And that's what she does. She never acts up on camera or anything. She's so chill.
I'm seeing that there was an earthquake in Oklahoma. See, I don't even have the news or anything on. Is
Yeah.
this new, or please tell me this?
I think it was just happened. They're saying it was a 5.1. Hold on, I can go to my news thing. Because in my news, the weather app that I have, there's a thing that you can turn on earthquakes because, believe it or not, like 40 miles south of where I'm at, they've had 4 earthquakes in the past 2 weeks. And I'm in Louisiana. We never have those things. So let me see. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that's happened here recently.
Oh my gosh.
There was one, a 5.1 1 hour ago. And then there was another 5.1. Oh no, that's the same one. Why is it in 2 different locations? But so they're showing 5.1 an hour ago, but in 2 different locations. And
we get them here too.
And there's been some that's in the 3s.
And then some of them we feel from Oklahoma, depending on where we're at.
This one is close to, I guess this is Prague, Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where that is, but now you just reminded me. Is that anywhere near where my...
So it's east of Oklahoma City. It would be northeast of Shawnee. Where isn't Sleuthing from Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's south of Chandler. I'm trying to see how close this
God,
is.
LFT.
She's there?
No, it's not far from Henrietta.
Oh.
Which...
Okay, so it's west of Henrietta.
Yeah. I see that. Okay. I'm going to send some messages.
Yeah, it's basically between Oklahoma City. It's east of Oklahoma City, but west of Henrietta, kind of like in between the two.
Is everyone in chat okay? Is anyone there?
The only person that I know of that lives there, I believe, is Crime Sleuthing.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else in here is from there or not.
No.
But if anybody has family or friends out there, prayers to them. Like, these earthquakes are getting ridiculous. Honestly, like I said, we never have had them in Louisiana. We've had 4 in 2 weeks. Just 4 in the same area, 40 miles south of where I'm from.
2 weeks?
4 in 2 weeks. But we do have a lot of oil rigs here, like land rigs, and they've been drilling for probably the last 15 years. There's a lot of fracking that goes on around here and all that too, and that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that is in
and it was 7 point something. It was probably 10 years ago. And it's the only time I've ever heard of the East Coast having an earthquake.
Oh, wow.
But it was a doozy knocker.
Yeah, and see, we don't know what to do in an earthquake here because we're used to tornadoes and hurricanes. You know, if somebody's house gets demolished from an earthquake, people here don't have insurance for earthquakes.
That's what around here too.
And so, you know, what are they supposed to do?
That's like some places, because I live by the water, demand that you have flood insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can afford it, but
right. But I mean, which is cheaper, your insurance or if your house gets damaged
inside?
Yeah. So it's I don't know what they're going to do about the houses that get damaged around here from the earthquakes now.
God, that's crazy.
KK, I don't think there's. I'll have to go back and look on my homeowner's insurance, but I don't think there was
Well,
anything in there about no earthquakes.
Natural disasters, some are not, some are covered, and it would be like your roof and things like that. But
Yeah, but some they won't.
disasters are not covered.
Right.
You have to get specific flood insurance. You have to get specific, you know, for your
We had to
area.
get flood insurance. It's not cheap.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look online and see if there's any, if they even mention the word earthquake in it.
That's interesting.
It's just crazy how we've never had them here, and now, like I said, 4 in 2 weeks. You know, so are we going to have more? Are they going to get worse? Because the first 2 that we had was only like 2 point something. The next 2 that we had here was up in the 3s. You know, so it's, if it happens again, are they going to be stronger?
We had ours. I'm not gonna lie. Everything started shaking, and the mirror on the wall started shaking, and I was coming in from my garage and walking like in my dining room, and I was like, "What the hell is happening?" Like, I really didn't. I've never been in an earthquake, so it didn't occur to me.
Yeah, we've felt them here at our house. We get some occasionally, and we feel a lot of them from Oklahoma. I was laying in bed one day, and I was like, my bed was shaking. I'm like, what?
Who put the quarter in the bed?
I was like, good Lord. I didn't know whether to get out of the bed or stay in the house. I was like, what's the best thing to do?
I know.
I decided to stay there because I was too tired to get up.
Lady B's like, the house can fall, but I'm not getting up.
I finally got to sleep. Leave me alone.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate. I'm not joking. Like, this was. I've been
you
like
are very welcome.
verbal diarrhea of the mouth, trying to like not talk about this and talk about it at the same time. And LFT gave me the big old fat no. You can't cover this on our channel because you won't behave yourself.
Well, and we're not gonna ask you anything really
That you
terrible.
can't. Yeah.
And even if you could, you guys, thank God that you know me enough to say, that if I say I really can't tell you,
And
like
we
at
know
least
you
you
can't
respect.
say. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because some people will be like, well, why can't you tell us? And just kind of like pressuring you into it, or asking these little nitpick questions to try to get some information.
Or they think that they don't believe me, and that's okay too. That's absolutely okay too. Don't believe me. But you want to see something cool? Actually, I'll tell you something cool about Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Facebook and go to the Oxford. Wait, is it called? I think it's called the Oxford Wolf Pack. Let me double check. And this is what they've done to bring in wildcats. The Oxford Wildcat Pack. Look that up on Facebook, and you will see what they've done for the students and the teachers now.
Aww.
With the dogs?
4 dogs every day.
Aww.
Okay.
They live at the school. They go home at night with, teachers and stuff, whoever, but they spend the entire day at school taking care of the kids. The kids study with them. They love them.
I think that is a great idea.
It's awesome. These dogs have changed the entire school community.
When we had to put my mom in a care center, we didn't want to do it, and we had no choice for her own protection. But I would take my dog. She's a service animal, little Yorkie. I would take her up there with me. And honestly, I think they need to have, depending on the size of the place, anywhere from 1 dog to, 4 or 5, depending on, like at least a couple on each level, or each section, have one on each section, or a cat or something that they can love and pet on. And because I know when I took mine up there, I couldn't even hardly take her to the bathroom without 20 people stopping me.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I'm trying to get to my, so I can show you this. I'll just show you my phone really quick. Whoopsie. There's one. That's,
Aww.
Is that not the best? Can you imagine being at school and just having like
a dog to hang out with?
Well, it is, and I think that's healthier than saying, come on into this room and like paint or draw or whatever.
Yeah. And they got a little dog on there that looks like Murphy.
They do.
Kaylee's
They do.
little dog.
It's great though, because the dogs just hang out in the classrooms and kids will request to have, like I'm struggling or I just want the dog or whatever.
Do they fight over them?
No. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Nope.
That's a miracle right there.
No, they're so grateful. And the dogs do such great work with the kids that, they've helped tremendously, but they've helped the teachers too.
Oh, I'm sure.
So that's a positive thing. I always like to share something positive, and that's a positive thing that comes out of the Oxford thing. Not everybody knows about that either.
Well, whoever thought of that has they need to incorporate it in all the schools.
I couldn't agree more. But yeah, enjoy. Look at some of those pictures, and that will make you smile. The homecoming pictures with the dogs, or
that's what I was just come across was the homecoming pictures and this little dog dressed up, and they've got several dogs that are dressed up in different costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. But no, they don't fight. The kids just make sure they take care of the dogs, and the dogs in turn take care of the kids. They, as you can see, they go to track meets with them and football games, and they're a hit. They're an absolute hit.
That's just so great.
So, well, you guys have a great night. Thank you.
All right. You too. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you for letting me come up. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, you are very welcome. And like I told you, anytime you want to come up and just chill with us, you're more than welcome to.
I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great night and enjoy your weekends. Be safe.
You too.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye, honey. She is such an amazing person.
Yes, I just love Tia. I gotta get my chat. It's frozen now. Shit. Okay, there it goes. Froze up whenever I pulled up Facebook. But that is an awesome idea, though, with the dogs at the school.
It is. I think that's the best idea I've ever heard. It's just so much more healthy and...
Right. Instead of, don't get me wrong, counseling is good for some people. But would I rather go talk to a counselor or would I rather hang out with a dog?
Yeah, I'd rather hang out with a dog.
Right.
And I'm not saying about, I'm colleges and things like that has those little, what do they call them? Those rooms where you can go and if you're stressed out or whatever, and it's you're in college, you're going to be stressed out. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah. I guess I need to get off of here so I can finish eating.
Yep, it's 1:00, girl.
Yep. I'm actually out of here before 3:00, y'all.
You are.
I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. Well, shit, I gotta go do laundry.
Yeah, I'm finishing up some stuff now. I'm going to bed. I will jump down once again so you can say goodbye. Eva, Willie, and some guy. It is so good to see you again.
Eva's you talking to me?
Hi,
Thank you,
Eva.
Lady B. Nice to see you too.
Eva.
Yeah, Tony, it was good to see you.
Yeah, you too, Scarlett. Good night, folks.
All right, have a good night.
Where are they though?
Eva was telling us something. She looked like she was trying to, Summer. Scott, have a good night. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here for the night. I got to go do laundry. Try to go to bed. But I love you all. And thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. It's been a blast tonight. Thank you to everybody who came up on the panel and hung out. And I think I'm going to go live again tomorrow night at 9:00. And like I said, we'll continue to see how that works out. If I see that it's not, I will go back to the normal 10:30 time instead of the 10:50 time. But for now, it'll be 9:00 my time. So I love you all, and I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night.